I f***ing blow!
All right, welcome back to the dazzling spectacle of the Mohammed and David Show, where I work very, very hard to provide you with intellectual sport hole amusement. Shut up, you chocolate donut dunker! Ow! This is the big day when I drop the bomb.
Oh, boy, here comes the bomb!
Now, it's my understanding that those motherless homos down the hall don't know who I am, see? They think they got me licked.
Well, they did get you raped.
Shut your mouth.
No!
You know what you gotta do now, don't you?
Kiss your ass?
Here you go. Kiss it.
Which bone?
Any of them. Now, kiss it.
Okay.
All right. Now, where was we?
Dropping the bomb.
Oh, yeah. Well, actually, I got two bombs, you see.
Yeah.
As I like to call them, little boy and big boy. Just like the bombs that wiped out all them yips and slopes. Those bums think they got one over on me? Why, I'll show them.
Okay.
All right, here's the first one. As it turns out, George ain't the only lover named George at this square hat over here.
No?
No. You see, she has an affinity to guys named George.
Oh.
Sure. And wait till you hear this. Now, I got this from a highly trusted source.
Okay.
Give me some fanfare here, stupid. Our midday faggot friend had intimate affairs with George Maharis and George Nader.
Yeah?
Well, that's it. That's the bomb.
Oh.
You're so goddamn stupid. You know that?
Yeah.
Well, you ain't heard nothing yet.
Okay.
Now, here's the big boy.
Okay.
It just so happens Howard Stein is a very close and personal friend of mine.
Yeah?
Why, certainly. He's even gone as far as securing gourmands for me, like that Heather brought on Fox News.
Wow, really?
Hey, let me tell you, she gave me full service. Hot wax on the balls, the works.
So what about Howard, Bo?
Huh?
Howard.
I told you not to call me that. Anyway, as a favor to me, Mr. Stein is having his team of crack bit writers rip the crap out of that pipe smoker down there with their own comedic stylings. Yeah, like this one right here. Just to get things started. Roll it.
Neil Rogers and George are the spick and the queer, the spick and the queer, the spick and the queer. Lesbians, vaginas, and penis size and balls. Penis size and balls. Lesbians, penis size and balls. Lesbians, Rogers and the spick and the queer. Lesbians, vaginas, and penis size and balls.
Funny, huh? That ought to fix their ass.
Yeah.
Listen, you. Kiss the other bone of my ass. That's right.
Okay.
Now move the bag out of the way. That's better. Here's your bonus, you dumb bastard.
9:04 at 560 WQAM. Happy Wednesday to you. It's our big Wednesday noon to 1 hour today, by the way. All comedy bits from noon to 1. I wonder what the theme is going to be on those, you think? So now, Eric, Carlos, whatever your name is, where did you finally find this story that we had to scour for on the Internet?
On the KUGN website. Yeah.
This was the topic on most of the morning show this morning with Mo and Squeaky. And, it's all over the Internet. It's all over. It's a big story. It's not a big story. This story is about tiny. It's about the size of my penis, like a thumbnail. KUGN radio controversy. KUGN radio is the voice of the ducks, but some University of Oregon students want that to change. KUGN is also home to nationally syndicated talk shows. Shows some students say often include offensive, even racist opinions. They say that's not the voice of their ducks. Now they want U of O to cut ties with KUGN. The AM station pays big bucks, about $1 million a year, to exclusively broadcast U of O sporting events, including duck football. Problem is, they also broadcast nationally syndicated shows, including shows from radio personalities Michael Medved and Michael Savage. Show students say that contain remarks that are offensive. And the thrust of this is, it's only another couple of sentences, but it's so terminally boring. The thrust of it is, should the university, disassociate itself from this radio station because there are some people who don't like the remarks of some of the hosts on the air? And that was the topic of the entire show this morning, at least the parts that I heard, including Crazy Wanda was on there. Not only has he got Dennis out of the woodwork, but even Crazy Wanda's on there. Hey, Wanda, we're on to you, sweetheart. Call up Duff. He hasn't heard from you in a while.
Hey, that
He
rhymed.
loves hearing from you. Huh?
That rhymed. Wanda, we're on to you.
And maybe Sir Fish-a-Lot is up, but I doubt it. He's on the West Coast. At freerepublic.com, we got freaked again yesterday. Let's hear it. Oh, yeah, our website got freaked. And the best part of the whole deal is that the right-wingers out there still couldn't put their CNN over the top. What a shame. It's just amazing to me how many people out there have no lives, you know? This is their hobby. This is their life. The website is freerepublic.com, and about yesterday afternoon, about 3:30, I just, luckily, I guess, during a break in guiding light, whatever, came wandering in here. I take a look at the website to see how the poll is coming along, and all of a sudden, all these votes come pouring in. And I said, uh-oh, something's amiss. And sure enough, I looked up freerepublic.com, since they're the ones that freaked us on the gun control poll. Now, freak means they just get they daisy chain all of their members, all of their lifeless members who have nothing better to do than hop on these meaningless polls. This is just a little radio show, okay, guys? It's just a meaningless poll. The world isn't going to change based on this. Nobody's going to stop watching Fox or start watching MSNBC or vice versa because of some poll that some guy took on the radio, okay? So lighten up. Just a couple of shades would be good. Which TV network slants the news the most? Now, let me just tell you, with the first 769 votes in, and I thank them for posting this on their website before they started dicking with us. The first 769, Fox had 293, CNN 105, and down the list from there, okay? So in other words, it was almost 3-1. Then comes this herniatic, tremendous volume of calls pouring in. The votes pouring in on a website. And they almost got it even Steven, but even some of their own members, I noticed in reading some of the emails on their freerepublic.com, were passing notes back and forth about, well, you know, don't you understand Fox is the most slanted. Just because we agree with it doesn't mean that we can't say that, because that's the question. Huh. And for you dumbos out there who don't understand, they're whining and crying, well, you know, we conservatives, we got to choose between 7 other choices, but the liberals only have 1 to vote for. Don't you understand? We listed all of the networks on there, the cable news networks and the over-the-air news networks. They're all on there. Every one of them. So the final tally is Fox pulled away in spite of being freaked by freerepublic.com and Sir Fish-a-Lot, who's the one who discovered the poll at 12:21 p.m. Pacific time yesterday afternoon. Fox 521, CNN 395, of which about 200 votes were bogus. All of them 304, CBS 221, ABC 101, NBC 95, MSNBC 37, none of them 17. 1,691 votes. Oh, man! Are we getting to be popular or what? But getting back to this business about the radio controversy at KUGN and the Ducks, which I noticed Mo was trying to tie in the Hurricanes with that whole business, and about how offensive. See, this Wanda broad, it's when you take things out of context, just like my comments, and just like the callers, when you take them out of context, to some unsuspecting people out there that might think, oh, well, she's got a really good point, except for the fact that this is a crazy person who's been calling us for how many years now?
100.
80 zillion times a day, calling the program director, calling the general manager, calling everybody, and not just about racial things. She calls about, if I'm talking about a subject she doesn't like, she calls George and bitching and screaming about, what is he talking about hockey for?
I'm changing the station. I'm turning the radio off.
Right.
And she calls Duff, and she calls everybody.
So between her and Dennis and the other chronics, these are the people coming out to join in the backdoor attack on this radio program. Well, you know, the numbers came out yesterday, Mo, and you're just not cutting it. It's pretty weak. Dropping down again. And, man, we went up a little bit, and still with that August and September in there from the marginal summer book, from that weak summer book, George.
Sorry.
But at any rate, we came back up. In fact, it was the only day part on the station in men that came up from a 6.0 to a 6.2, and still number 1 by a pretty good margin. But the morning dropped from a 4.0 to a 3.7 in men 18 plus. A precipitous drop. Well, not a big drop, but just not the number that we're looking for, Mo. So if you'd concentrate more on talking about the things you're supposed to be talking about, as opposed to worrying about, am I talking about the same thing today I talked about yesterday, and bop, 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 bop. See, I really thought for the last few days he was mellowing out a little bit, didn't you?
That's what we thought.
I thought he was coming around a little bit, was going to join the human race and also join the WQAM family. Talking about being a team player. Join the family. Get it. Understand it. But bringing up this story and making it into a whole show this morning and then continuing, I'll give you a sample, for example.
Whether or not a program on the air is objectionable, obviously is something they knew before they came here.
I didn't say that. I said if they chose to go someplace else, they have a right. But Neil Rogers' material is sometimes objectionable. He is very funny, but he is also a racist. And if people on your station who excuse him by saying that's just his stick, it's not stick. There's nothing funny about Hurricanes. There's nothing funny about Ebonics things. He is not funny.
Wait a minute. Eddie, wait.
Now, let me just pause this. This is actually Mo coming to my defense momentarily. Only momentarily, though.
I'm not going to sit here and defend Ginger, but I'm going to tell you this. First you say he's funny, then you say he's objectionable. Now, which is it?
I said some of his material is objectionable.
Okay.
He is very funny.
Okay, well, I appreciate the call.
His whole program is not racist.
No, I appreciate the call, but we're getting off the point here. I'm talking about whether or not a university is going to have that kind of an impact on a local marketplace like it is in Eugene, Oregon. Dan on the mobile.
Okay, Dan. So that was just a little tiny sample, but the thrust of many of the calls was coming back to this whole concept that certain people are trying to promote that this is a racist show. Didn't I say on the air several weeks ago I'm a racist, but only in the sense that all people are racist to some degree?
That's what you said.
All people are racists to some degree. But this is not a racist radio program, and it's also, like I said yesterday, not a program you come in midstream and all of a sudden you're an expert on what I'm all about, what the show is all about, what our comedy material is all about. And if the University of Miami, which, by the way, who the hell would want to take their deal? In order to have the honor of carrying Hurricane football, which we do on this radio station, we also, when they made that deal, when Greg Reed made another one of his great deals, had to agree to carry the baseball games, which as much as I enjoyed doing them years ago, nobody listens to them, the basketball games, which nobody even goes to them. So we got to carry all of those games. And believe you me, there are no ratings for the University of Miami, even for the football. There never have been. Back on IOD, there aren't on this radio station. They probably make some money on it because they managed to sell everything except the goddamn jockstraps. But if the University of Miami were to say that, which they haven't, to the best of my knowledge, and I don't think they're going to, we want that Neil Rogers off because he's a mean guy, he's a bad guy, or else we're going to take our goods elsewhere, even though, of course, the station pays them a crap load of money for the rights. You know what we would say to the University of Miami?
Bye, bye, bye!
That's exactly what they'd say. Because this show makes this radio station a crap load of money. See, this is a business, Mo. I know that comes as a great shock to you. It's a business. And a lot of the sports stuff, in fact, wasn't it George Beasley said just a couple of weeks ago that we finally got the albatross from around our necks with that ridiculous Marlins contract and now QM can actually make some money?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what even he said that. The head honcho, the big cheese. So all you sports nerds out there who think that that's what this radio station where the bread and butter is, the driving force, guess what? Guess again. The Dolphins, yes. The Hurricanes, no. And that word, that evolved out of something years ago with Jimmy Johnson and the gangster teams. And it's stuck. I continue using that word, and I'm not going to stop using that term. Okay, I think that it sums up the mentality of that football program perfectly. And those people who follow it, those front-running phonies, where they used to have like 16,000 people in the Orange Bowl when they had their crappy teams, and even now when they're playing one of their lesser lights, one of the girls' schools they play, they can't pack that place. It's a front-running phony thing, and always has been. So, Mo, just when we thought you were joining the human race, you really disappoint. 9:13 at 560 WQM. Thanksgiving's coming in just a matter of days now. Everyone's going to be flocking home to be together again, gathered around the table with delicious homemade food and family traditions. After all, it's not the turkey that makes the meal special, it's the people. Getting ready for the hungry guests can be stressful, especially if they're staying overnight. If you're having a house full for Thanksgiving, let Dial a Mattress make your holiday preparations a little bit easier. Now's the time to call 1-800-MATTRESS and get that new mattress in before house guests arrive. If they've already told you they're coming, or if you don't hear from them until the night before, Dial a Mattress can deliver to you a top-quality Sealy, Serta, Simmons, or King Coil mattress the very same day. I've been sleeping on one of the Dial a Mattress things for years, and let me tell you, I get a great night's sleep with it every night. So call Dial a Mattress right now at 1-800-MATTRESS and talk turkey with a betting consultant. Choose from the very best mattresses at even better prices. Rest easy this Thanksgiving knowing that everybody's sleeping like a child. So get ready for the holidays now by calling 1-800-MATTRESS, 1-800-MATTRES for Dial a Mattress, and be sure and tell that Old Neil and Fat Boy told you to call. Or Fat Neil and Old Boy. Brand name bed, same day service. Call him now. Be sleeping like a baby tonight.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Neil Rogers guy.
Yeah, what is with this child, huh?
Which one?
Jacko went, well, we'll get back to Mo in a minute. Did we talk about him yesterday, by the way, since he's always saying that at the end of the show when he does recognize the fact that this show exists Oh, they'll be talking about the same thing today as they talked about yesterday and last week. We didn't mention him once yesterday, so maybe he was upset about that. But before we get back to Mo, and I will, believe me, because today was the turning point. Today was the demarcation point at which I draw the line in the sand. How many chances do you give somebody? How many times do you kind of like ease away and say, okay, let's have like a little truce here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they just can't control themselves. Because his main goal, I guess, is to prove to the world that this is a racist show, that I'm an evil person, and this show should not be on this radio station. In other words, I guess what he really is wanting to say, only you don't have the balls to come right out and say it, there is no room on WQAM for Mo Howard David and Neil Rogers in the same station. Which is amazing to me, because he and I aren't two of the fattest people in the building. But there's not room, is what I guess he's trying to say, without really coming out and saying it. Doesn't it sound like that to you?
Sounds like it.
And for this business about how, well, this is a big story, it was all over the Internet, it took between Carlos and George and I, and of course not getting much cooperation from Robert the Creeper in there or any of those people, it took us 45 minutes to finally locate this little tiny blurb on the KUGN radio website, which is the flagship station of the University of Oregon Mighty Ducks. Or not so Mighty Ducks. How do you like that? Little blurb. How would you describe that story? Does that look like a major story to you?
No. An afterthought.
Yeah, like a little tiny blurb. I looked on every major newspaper, every minor newspaper, every anything. Couldn't find it. I mean, where's all this Internet hubbub about this? Like it's such a big controversy. Anyway, Jacko went wacko yesterday. Now this, I mean, what is there to say about him? As he flashed a maniacal grin and dangled his 8-month-old son by one arm over the railing of a 5th-floor balcony in Berlin. This is in today's New York Post, their version of it. For several terrifying seconds as a big crowd of fans looked on, the gloved one appeared to be in danger of letting the infant plunge 70 feet. He was dangling it. German authorities have launched a probe into the sickening act, while Jacko's pal, the spoon-bending psychic Uri Geller, said he'll confront the entertainer to ask, Michael, what have you done? Last night, Jackson issued a written statement saying he'd made a terrible mistake. I got caught up in the excitement of the moment. He said I would never intentionally endanger the lives of my children. Right. The sickening stunt occurred as Jacko in Berlin with his 3 kids to accept a Lifetime Achievement Award walked onto the balcony of the posh presidential suite at the Alden Hotel to wave to his fans. In his right arm was his youngest child, Prince Michael the Tooth, who wore a baby blue jumper with a white towel around his head to hide his face from photographers. As they probably don't want them to see the nose. As fans watched in horror, the weirdo pop star broke into a huge smile and inexplicably dangled the youngster over the iron rail and swayed him back and forth like a prize. The freaked-out tot began to squirm and kick his feet. It appeared as though Jackson was losing his grip. Literally and figuratively.
Yeah.
Onlookers gasped as Jacko's grin turned to a look of terror as he realized what might happen, but instead of taking his free left hand to help secure the baby, he used it instead to make sure the towel didn't slip off the boy's face. Jacko finally managed to yank the kicking baby back to safety, then scurried inside and passed him to a nanny. I can only think it's his brains, not his nose, that needs the most treatment, said Jutta Schmidt, a cleaning lady who witnessed the taut horror as she walked home from work. Jackson also brought one of his older children to the window, with the child's face also covered by a white cloth. Yeah. How do you like that? And you know what it looks like to me?
What?
Another desperate publicity stunt like everything else he does. Desperate. Here's our poll today before we get back to the matters at hand. Tiger Woods, by the way, says his views are unchanged about playing at Augusta, but he still thinks women ought to be members. Oh, geez. How about if somebody on a radio station is sexist and is anti-women's rights? See, I think that if certain people on the station, I don't want to mention no names, Mo, but if some people worried more about goosing up their ratings and doing a more entertaining show and not trying to control what's on this program or try to misinterpret what's on this program or misrepresent it and suggest that the person who follows you is an evil guy who's a racist and a bad guy and doing terrible stuff under the guise of shtick, instead of that same old crap which we hear all the time, do your thing, whatever it is. Whatever your thing is, do it. That's my suggestion. Of course, I'm not, who am I to speak? Here's our poll today. Which group has made the most progress in the U.S. in the past 100 years? And I was inspired for this poll by the whole business about women being excluded from Augusta. That call yesterday, I still can't get that out of my mind. That punk that calls in to tell us, yeah, but they can do whatever they want because this is the longest continuous golf tournament in the history of the U.S. played in the same place. Duh. Wow. If I would have only known that,
right,
I might have altered my opinion, you know it?
And they were burning witches for thousands of years.
Right. And they've had slavery for thousands of years. That's a long cherished tradition.
Right.
Which group has made the most progress in the U.S. in the past 100 years? Blacks, women, Jews, gays, Hispanics, or Catholics? I had to put the Catholic on there for Dennis's benefit. He will feel left out. Huh?
How about the Irish? Come on.
No, screw the Irish, all right? The hell with the Irish. Oh, see, there he goes again. He's a bad guy.
Racist.
Yeah, can't stop, can't control himself. Let me say it again. The people who listen to this show, they get it. They understand it. We've had until somebody came down the pike, came along the way and started trying to stir up crap because of his bad ego and his bad hairpiece and bag. We didn't have any problem with the University of Miami.
No.
With the Dolphins?
No.
With the Marlins?
No.
There's nobody on any of our sports affiliates who are saying, oh, gee, we don't want to be on the station with that piece of crap on here. Have we heard that?
No.
I haven't been hearing any rumbles about that, and if it has been going on, it sure hasn't been passed along to us. But all of a sudden, we got this big contrived contretemps about, well, he's a racist and those things that he says in place. Let me say it again. The people who understand this show are the ones who've been listening to it for more than a day or two, who get it. I'm not going to keep explaining the reason I use certain words on this show. I've been doing it for years because when you desensitize people to the words aren't painful anymore. They don't have any meaning. They're just words. Even little kids know that whole business about, sticks and stones will break my bones, but words are a pile of crap or whatever the hell it is.
Not to mention they're the words that everybody uses off the air anyway.
Exactly, that's right.
Like some people say spick off the air, but they won't say it on the air.
One of the things and there's another thing. Have the people at Salad, which is a very active and group of wild right-wing Cubans, the Spanish American League Against Discrimination, they try to get this show off the air?
No.
I don't think so.
Nope, never
even
heard
during
of
the Alien days. They may not like me, they may hate me like poison, but even those people understand that we got the right to say whatever the hell we want. As long as it don't cross certain lines with them. How do you like that?
Yeah.
So this isn't some guy. I've been on the air in this market almost 27 years, Mo. I didn't just come in through the back door because I'm doing ball games. And this bullcrap about, trying to pretend that, he's defending on the one hand and the university hasn't complained about me yet to this point. As if somehow to say, I heard that line. As if to somehow suggest that they're going to because somebody don't like that term hurricanes. Well, I find it very funny. And our audience finds it very funny. We got a large black audience out there. People listen to this show. I don't hear them about being offended, do you?
Nope.
I hear some of them calling up other shows like his pretending to be offended.
They come to appearances all the time, talk about how great the show is, how they love you.
Because they got a sense of humor. And I'm going to tell you, if you're in the shoes of black people in America or gay people in America or any other minority that's crapped on, you got to have a sense of humor to survive, to keep going. I don't have anybody complaining I use the word faggot. Oh. Of course, that's acceptable. You can be homophobic, and that's why we hear like pipe smoker and jizz guzzler and all that stuff on the morning show.
Why won't he say faggot, though?
Oh, well.
He says it off the air enough.
That's the report that we're getting.
And spick, but he won't say that on the air either.
Yeah, guava love and spick. So, Mo, you really you had the opportunity. We gave you that one last opportunity to come back and join us in the human race and join us on this radio station, and you refused to do it. You just can't do it. You can't control yourself. Because you got a big, fat bug up your ass, or whatever the problem is. So at this point, the gloves are off, okay? I'm not holding back. I'm going to give my opinions. I'm going to do the Neil Rogers show, and let it be damned, okay? Let the chips fall where they may, the cow chips. Let the hairpiece fall where it might.
Jesus Christ.
Exactly. Oh, see, now, if he says it, it's okay. If I say it, Dennis, then I'm a bad guy. I'm blaspheming the Lord. You what a bunch of ass suckers those callers are, Haven't I always told you that?
Yeah.
Whoever they're talking to at the moment. Oh, well, I don't mean you, whoever they're talking to, but so-and-so, like a bunch of little overgrown children, Very sad. Well, we'll take a bunch of calls today and see how the audience, what kind of a mood they're in. 928 at 560 WQAM. Let's face it, you've been hearing about Fast Train for a long time. I wondered if it makes sense for you. Well, the facts are simple. If you have the dedication, Fast Train can provide you with the necessary training to become a certified computer professional. According to Time Magazine, the demand for computer professionals will continue to explode. Their average student completes the training in just 4 short months, attending school 3 nights a week. Once you complete your certification, Fast Train will assist you in obtaining your new computer job. Fast Train invites you to come in and visit our trained career counselor and determine which track is ideal for you. Is it Gulfstream? Is it Pompano Park? Is it Hialeah? Call Fast Train toll-free at 1-866-FAST-TRAIN to set up an appointment. With 4 convenient locations, there is bound to be a Fast Train nearby you. They're in Kendall, Miami, Pembroke Pines, and Fort Lauderdale. Don't forget to ask the career counselor for a list of students like yourself who are currently in their dream jobs. Call Fast Train at 1-866-FAST-TRAIN. That's 1-866-FAST-TRAIN, or check them out on that wicked World Wide Web at fasttrain.com.
Live and local. We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Holy cow, Aaron's coming.
Oh my God.
Oh, we're fine. I took a call from Hispanics. They say the future be bright for me. Now I can't get no job. 'Cause I don't got no literacy. I was talking like an old Negro. Hispanics taught me how this way. Now I can't do nothing. But my heritage say that's okay. Change my name to Shufro. Drive a deuce and a quarter, ain't a Cadillac. I remember when I was stealing all the white man's cars, hanging outside the Belvedere bar, crying the blues about poverty. White devils got no job for me, and I thought Hispanics would give my life a chance. Now I got to go and sell more crack cocaine, crack cocaine, crack cocaine, crack cocaine, crack cocaine, crack cocaine, crack cocaine. Crack cocaine, crack cocaine. Lordy, what a boring song. Ebonics makes me sound funny. Got nothing to do with literacy. Now I got to make more money. Labor pool sounds good to me. I got plenty of nothing. Ebonics ain't getting me anywhere. Maybe I'll mug an old white bitch, steal a purse and full of hair. Then I'm gonna take some money, buy a stereo and a Frigidaire. I remember when I was stealing all the white man's cars, hanging outside the Belvedere bar, crying the blues about poverty. White devils got no job for me, and I thought Ebonics would give my life a change. Now I got to go and sell more crack cocaine, 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 crack cocaine.
Now, one caller mentioned that specifically this morning. Anybody offended by that in this audience? Let's find out. Are you offended?
No.
Even those people from of course, they say when it's right-wingers who are under the threat of boycott, etc. FreeRepublic.com. Well, these are leftists who don't know how to turn the dial. I wish they'd practice what they preach, you know? It's very annoying when you get people complaining who aren't even listening to your show. You know, just people who don't hear the show, don't know who you are, but just want to make a point. Just want to play a game. But what's much more annoying than that is people that you're supposed to be working with on your own radio station, people who you share a time slot with from 6 to 10 a.m., a day part, who are just herniating all over themselves to try to make it appear that we've got this racist bastard on there and we better do something about it. See, if I'm in management and I'm hearing that kind of crap, I nip that in the bud real fast. You follow what I'm saying? Because it's bad for business. It's bad business is what it is. And like I've always said over the years, if you don't like it, if you're offended, turn it off. We'll survive somehow.
No.
Ratings are coming back up again now that the summer's over.
Bye!
Yeah, if you don't like what is going on the show, we're not going to change it for Wanda or for any other one listener out there or for Dennis. If you don't like what you're hearing and you can't handle it, there's 8 million other choices.
Bye!
Have a great life. We wish you all the best. All the best. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Here's Miami. Hello.
Jamba?
Oh, okay. See, that's our crowd. That's our audience. Eddie. That's the input we get from you folks on this show. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Here's Kendall. Hello.
Hey, I deserve credit for all this racial trouble you're having right now. I demand the credit.
Dennis.
Oh, brother. Let me say it again. There's 2 out of 2, all you people who wanted the calls back. There's Eddie, who's doing the different shtick now because he got tired of this is Eddie because it was too obvious. And then we got Dennis again. Dennis, get yourself some help. Get yourself some professional help. The only credit we're going to give you is being the #1 chronic of all time. And believe me, that covers a lot of territory over a lot of years. Absolutely unbelievable. How's that poll coming? Which group has made the most progress in the U.S. in the past 100 years? Women 9, Jews 6, blacks 5, gays 5, Catholics 1, Hispanics 0. I'm surprised at that. Hispanics have made... What?
Why is that?
You don't think Hispanics have made more progress than, say, blacks?
No, I think we started off doing fine.
Oh. No, we're not talking about Cubans so much, because the Cubans that came over... No, wait a minute. The people that came over from Cuba in 60 and thereabouts, the early 60s, those people had skills. They were trained doctors and lawyers and
the
good educated people.
Mi familia.
We're not talking about that. We're talking
that's
about
what everybody thinks you're talking about.
Okay. Well, let's make that very clear. Not that I'm trying to lead you down the garden path.
Maybe you should just change Hispanics to beaners.
Dennis was in. Will you just shut up a minute? I noticed this yesterday. Just calm down. Man, are you out of control. Beep, beep, beep. We're going to put you on a hockey games with Rimmer if you don't shut up. Okay. Just relax. Man, wound up like an alarm clock. I'm trying to get to the important stuff here, and you want to dwell on that spick stuff. So Dennis was one of the chiggers in the woodpile. Well, that comes as no surprise to us. Here's Hollywood. Hello.
How you doing, Neil?
And he's still listening, by the way. Great.
It is amazing how your management just keeps letting Mo go on and on and on. It's so bad for business, and it's just poor taste. But
I really thought that we were finally starting to make a little accommodation in spite of all his efforts to try to get me off the air and whatever else. I thought we were making a little progress.
Yeah, Golby's probably getting his ass whooped in the back right now because he kind of stuck up for you at the end of the show with that little bit he was saying. Oh, you never know. He might have something different on today.
Yeah, oh yeah, that was really a tremendous, look, I don't give a crap about that stuff. What I'm talking about, when you're going out of your way to try to paint me into a corner as being something that I'm not, and try to take things out of context and twist them into something that they're not, I'm not putting up with that crap anymore.
All right, anyway, in closing, Mo Howard, I raped it to him.
5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Here's a lady in Deerfield. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm calling about a story you did on Monday about a piece of human waste who didn't have enough brain cells to do anything other than pick up a baseball bat and kill people.
Yeah.
Kind of fits right into that whole bubonics thing, doesn't it? You know what comes into mind? 2 words. Forced sterilization.
Did we know anything about the race of the people involved in that story?
I didn't know anything about it.
No, there weren't any blacks involved in that story. I'm pretty sure. What the hell is she talking about? Wasn't that a Hispanic family? I'm pretty sure it was. Nieves? I don't know.
I guess.
Didn't see the pictures.
Like
as if that makes a difference.
Julio's to me, yeah.
See, there you go. Now, there's one of your sheet-wearing bitches right there. Lady, go away. We don't want your kind, okay? We don't want anything to do with you. Just like it's the same thing as the bilingual thing back in those ugly, grotesque days. All those kind of people come out of the way. And also, you notice, women again. There you go. Oh, man. No wonder the guys in South Florida are so screwed up. I've been saying this for years. The kind of women, for the most part, I'd say like 90% of the women in South Florida are like that, just like that. All they want to talk about is their hate and their bigotry. And you know something? I'm starting to change my mind about Augusta. I'm starting to change my mind after that. No, I'm serious. I'm so sick and tired of these bigoted damn bitches. Of all people, they should be standing up for minorities and, going to bat for other people with all the persecution that women suffer, not just here, but all over the world. Here at Small Potatoes, compared to the way they're repressed by religions all over the world. They're 10th-class citizens. And when you're a member of a group or several groups who've been discriminated against, like I am, for example, you have a little bit of feeling for other people, which is another reason I take it with great resentment. This idea that I'm some kind of a wild-eyed, crazy-ass, racist son of a bitch, okay? And for example, remember the call I played, was it, what day was it? About if you ask Neil, he'll tell you this or that, whatever. How does he know what I'll tell you? I've never had any conversation with Mo Howard David. The longest conversation I ever had with him was about 2 minutes when he told me about trying to get you canned and how he backed off and did the right thing. And that's why you're still here. That's the longest conversation I ever had with him. He's never asked me about where I'm really coming from or what I think about this or what the weather is, which, by the way, it's sunny and beautiful and going to be almost 50 today. So how the hell does he know what's in my mind or where I'm coming from? This is a radio show, which this man doesn't seem able to comprehend. 18 till 10 at 560 WQM. We all have different lifestyles, that's for sure. Some of us wear a silly hairpiece. Oleomed Mediterranean formulas are advanced combinations of pharmaceutical-grade olive oil with vitamins, minerals, herbals, other nutrients, scientifically designed to provide natural nutrition solutions to help you support specific health needs. Look for Oleomed's 3 new formulas, one to help you sleep, one to help you control your weight, and CoQ10, all using the benefits of the best olive oil that money can buy. Oleomed is an outstanding product that's available all over town, and more people are hopping on it. Pick up some today at Publix, at Eckerd's, and Walgreens. If you want to get more information about what Oleomed can do for you and how it works, call their toll-free number and ask away. Call 1-866-OLEOMED. That's 1-866-653-6633. You can also order their products online at oleomedamerica.com. And don't forget, if you visit your nearest Publix and buy an Oleomed product in Dade or Broward, you can get you a coupon for a free Larry Coker bobblehead doll.
All right.
While supplies last. Don't forget to visit their sampling pavilion at Sportstown every Sunday when the Dolphins are playing home games. Pick up free Oleomed samples and product information. Start feeling healthy again by popping some Oleomed in your puss today.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
It stinks in Miami town.
Yes.
At 560 WQAM.
They say my voice is that just perfect mix between the Munchkin and Stevie Nicks. You try to understand what I say, try to understand what I mumble. Words that I'm singing are clear. My vocals sound weird to your ear. There is nothing wrong with my flow, and my tongue is free of carbuncles. The only thing that I know is clear. This song sure has made my career.
947, good old Macy Below. Anybody offended by that?
Yes.
Oh, geez. Sorry. 5670560. And you know something? This is all a million miles away from anything I had planned talking about today. But I sat down here this morning from about 6:20 until 7:30 when George comes in every morning about 7:30. All of a sudden, the audio from the station clicks off, and I know George is there. We have a little verbal intercourse and figure out what we're going to do today. They fax me the log, and we get ready to do the show. So I only hear from like about 6:20 till 7:30. And that was the only topic I heard discussed. Nothing about the Dolphins, nothing about the Panthers, nothing about the Heat, nothing about anything else. This was the big story of the day, and we had to scour for 45 minutes to find it. This little tiny blurb on the Internet from KUGN in Portland, Oregon, as a way of, again, coming in the back door and stirring up this same crap. Woods says his views about playing at Augusta are unchanged. Tiger Woods hasn't changed his mind about playing at the all-male Augusta National Golf Club despite a New York Times editorial calling on him to skip the Masters. As I've said before, everyone is entitled to their own opinion, Woods said yesterday. He's in Japan for this week's Dunlop Phoenix tournament. I think there should be women members, Woods said, but it's not up to me. I don't have voting rights. I'm just an honorary member. The editorial published Monday suggested that Woods not play at the Masters next year because of Augusta's all-male membership. A tournament without Mr. Woods would send a powerful message that discrimination isn't good for the golfing business, the editorial said. Augusta National declined comment. They said it's a real hoot. The Reverend Jesse Jackson, who can't, of course, stay away from things like this because he's compulsive, who says his Rainbow Push Coalition will organize protests at the Masters if a woman isn't a member by April, called the Times editorial unfair and inconsistent for singling out Woods. I don't remember them saying to Ben Hogan and Jack Nicklaus to boycott the Masters because blacks aren't playing, Jackson said Tuesday. Lee Elder became the first black to play in the Masters in 1975. Still, Jackson said he would encourage Woods to take a stronger stand. He's much too intelligent and too much of a beneficiary of our struggles to be neutral, Jackson said. His point of view does matter. I think right now his challenge would be to the PGA Tour, to the golfers, to the Augusta National Board of Directors, to all speak together. In interviews this month, Augusta National Chairman Hootie Johnson was adamant that a woman would not be among the 300 members at Augusta by the start of the Masters next April. Johnson's comments were the first on the subject since he's criticized Martha Burke and the National Council of Women's Organizations for trying to coerce change at the golf course. The Times said that if Augusta National can brazenly discriminate against women, that it means others can choose not to support Mr. Johnson's golfing fraternity that includes more enlightened members of the club. CBS Sports, which televises the Masters, and the players, especially Tiger Woods, said the Times. So Jesse Jackson stuck his big nose into this, too. How do you like that? What a surprise.
No.
Here's Homestead. Hello.
Hey, yeah, what's going on, buddy?
Yes, sir.
I can't understand anybody calling you a racist in any matter. You know, I mean, see, that song, there's nothing objectionable about that song. It's a stereotypical song. I mean, I'm a songwriter, and I know sometimes you write songs that you want to bring out stereotypes. And that's funny if you can accept it for that.
Well,
That's what it is. It's just a stereotype.
The Ebonics song was written at a time when that whole issue of Ebonics being taught in the schools was in
Right,
the
I
news and people
remember.
were, you know,
And it was funny, and if you couldn't see the humor in it, then you're an idiot, or you're a
Right.
racist because it opposes something you're against.
And
What
like
a
I
racist
tried-
should be is a guy that drives race cars. And forget
There
about all
you
that
go.
other stuff.
That's
you know
what
what I
Joe
mean?
Costello says.
I mean, I don't get it. And it's ridiculous.
Okay.
But have a nice day, and
And
keep
have a
it
great
up, buddy.
life. I'm keeping it up right now. Got my thumb on it. See, I don't know about you, but I've been saying for a long time that I think it's unfortunate that blacks don't demand a better education, because when you can't speak proper English and when you're inarticulate, you don't get to the top. You don't make it big. You don't see blacks who made it big like members of Congress who are inarticulate and speak bubonics. And people who promote things like that are just through the back door trying to keep blacks at the bottom of the social ladder in America. And they're doing a good job of it too, by the way. Promoting perpetual illiteracy. It's unacceptable. Oh, but he's making fun of... Yeah, whatever you say, Mo. Whatever you say. Seriously, this morning came as out of left field. What inspired this? A bad bowl of cornflakes? Maybe the bag overflowed on the way to work from Boca? What inspired this? And just when you think, you've gone through all the herniatic efforts to save George's job and to get a hold of Greg, who doesn't return anybody's phone calls, and this lawyer talks to that lawyer, and they talk to this man's agent to try to bring him back to earth, and here it comes all again. All over again. It's that old big bug up the ass that just don't seem to want to go away. Maybe a real good, maybe that might do it, if he can get it out of his system. But I'm all through playing that game, you know what? I'm through hearing about, well, this one is thin-skinned, and this one can't take it, and this one's wife is up. I don't care. I don't care. They pay me a lot of money to do a radio show here, and I've been making them a lot of money, and I'm going to continue doing it in spite of Dennis, in spite of Wacky Jackie, in spite of any other people who want to screw with this show. I'm going to continue doing it. I'm not just going to roll over and play dead because there are a bunch of malcontents out there who got nothing better to do than dick with a radio show, or just, or we got a sourpuss on this radio station who doesn't want to be a team player. Didn't he tell you in the team room he was here to be a team player?
Yeah, in the early days when we spoke.
Yeah, when he was speaking to us. And as far as all of this other stuff that we play about him and the Mo Bits album and all of that, that all came about long after all of these attempts to get your ass fired and all this other crap, and a comment about the bullet in the head. That goes back months, so this isn't something new that just started. That goes back months ago, that intemperate, unacceptable comment to Geldy that one morning as I'm sitting here in this very same chair and just almost falling off the chair. All of this stuff that somebody on this station plays under the guise of shtick in most markets would get him a bullet through the brain. Well, that's lovely. That's beautiful. And most comments on a real radio station by somebody like that would get him canned. Canned. F-I-R-E-D. I don't try to get named by canned, unlike certain other people on this radio station, but in most real places in a real organization, a comment like that would get somebody's ass canned. Or at least suspended. Or at least bring it to the attention, if anybody was paying attention with the 85 managers we got in that building, that something really stinking is going on here. But that's not the way we operate, because our people operate in fear. They're afraid to look anybody in the eye and say, guess what? We're just not doing it that way. Or we need to have a little verbal intercourse or something. 5, 6, 7. How did this all start here today? This is amazing to me. I got out of bed feeling great. Last night I thought I was getting a little scratch in the throat. I got out with some Italian wedding soup down at my supermarket. You ever have Italian wedding soup?
No. What's in it?
Got little tiny meatballs in it and barley and, oh man, it's got all kinds of good stuff in there.
Sounds great.
And it was great. I had that in honor of Joe Costello's wedding, which is taking place soon. And lo and behold, I wake up this morning, had a good night's sleep after watching a really crappy Smallville last night, pretty disappointing. And here, lo and behold, I can speak. Come in here, sit my ass down on a chair in a very good mood, ready to rock and roll here today and do our usual thing, which we seem to be on a roll here lately. And guess what? Out of left field, here comes an entire show dedicated to proving once again through the back door that we got some racist bastard on there and saying hurricane. Let me tell you right now, I've never had one person from the University of Miami say to me on the air, off the air, in the back alley, on the goddamn subway here in Toronto, gee, you shouldn't be saying that about the Canes. They get it. They understand my sense of humor, as sick and twisted as it may be. They're not looking to try to twist it into something that it's not. In addition to which, I'm not a Hurricane fan anyway. I went to Michigan State. I hate to break the news to you. And I continue to tell you that if you're a college football fan, it probably makes sense if you're a fan of the team wherever you went to school. Doesn't that make sense to you?
Okay.
Aren't you a fan of the team where you went to school?
I didn't go to school.
That was my point. That's why you're not a sports fan.
Oh, is that why?
Huh?
I thought it's because I had a life.
Well, that might be part of it. Here's Tamarack. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Neil.
Yes?
Hey, Neil, what's up? I'm in Jamaica, man. And I tell you this. You're getting paid for one thing, for your opinion, my man. Don't want anyone say. I appreciate your show. I love your show. I never stop listening to your show, my man. Go ahead.
All right. Okay, thank you. Okay, was he eating lunch or something?
Something.
He was eating something. I think he was eating crackers with honey or something. No, it's not a good idea, man. Do not be eating them crackers and honey because, you might start losing it. But thanks very much for your oral support and whatever you're eating, cut it out. He was eating while he was talking. That was good. That had a good effect. I couldn't understand a damn thing he was saying. But he was a good guy, wasn't he?
Yeah.
I think. You never know. 96 votes. Which group has made the most progress in the U.S. in the past 100 years? Blacks 31, women 26, gays 11, Jews 11, Hispanics 9, and Catholics 8. There you go, Dennis. Get yourself some help, sweetheart. Get some professional help. Let them put you in a rubber room and cool out for a little while before it's too late. 9:56 at 560 WQM. There's never been a better time to purchase a new home or refinance your existing home than right this second. How about a rate of 3.95%? How would that sound? That's right. Financial Group can offer you an unprecedented 3.95%, and all you have to do is call Financial Group toll-free, 1-800-940-LEND. That's 1-800-940-5363. The money you're going to save is incredible. Think about it. You can get yourself a $100,000 loan for only $450 a month, or a $200,000 loan for only $950 a month. The process is simple. You'll save thousands of dollars each year. So pick up the phone and call our good folks at Financial Group at 1-800-940-LEND, and they'll explain to you how this works. There's never been a smarter or a better time to get you a really super low interest rate than right now. So call Financial Group and you'll be on your way to saving a big bucket of cash. Financial Group is an equal housing lender. Credit restrictions do apply and rates are subject to change, so call right now, 1-800-940-LEND. That's 1-800-940-5363.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAQAM.
In the Banana Republic, baby. Only in Miami.
Private room for a hand job, hand job, hand job. All right, that man getting hand job. Take your clothes off, she insists. I'm gonna hose you down like a tuna fish. Picking up a big roll of his fat. By the smell, can you tell where it's at? For a hand job, hand job, hand job. That man getting hand job. The girls used to handle them big fat guys. She know how to make the bald men cry. Fat man shakes with a shout. On the towel. Hand job, hand job, hand job. That man getting hand job.
.1 at 560 WQM. Happy Wednesday. Boy, it's a beautiful day here, man. Sun is shining. There is not a cloud in the sky. It's going to make almost 50 today. And I can say, all right, finally, huh? It ain't going to last very long. But what's wrong with this?
Nothing.
567. Now, today is a Wednesday, but it's not Treasure Island night?
No, every other week.
Every other week. So next week.
Well,
I was playing that, anticipating that maybe tonight was going to be the big night for Fat Boy.
It's always a big night for Fat Boy.
56705. Is line 1 screwed up or is that my imagination? Okay, just checking. Just line checking. Here's Lady in Boca. Hello. Lady in Boca. Hello. Not there, but that didn't sound like a hang up. It sounded like a to me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe she'll call back, but I kind of doubt it. Here's Miramar. Hello. Miramar. Okay, this is what we got, all right? This is the audience. This is what you folks do for this show. All you people out there that wanted the phone calls back, an opportunity to say something, be a part of the show, and here on a day especially when I'd expect a little bit of something, either positive or negative or whatever, what do we got? The usual same crap, mouth breathers, noisemakers, etc. That's it. That's the South Florida audience. I mean, what's the point? Seriously, what's the point? What a horseball place, you know, really, it's just a horseball place. A collective IQ smaller than my thumbnail. Here's Coral Springs. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
That last caller, that wasn't, he wasn't eating. I think he had one of those Metro PCS phones. You know, for $35 you get what you get. But I wanted to talk to you about the hurricanes. You know, you need to be able to laugh at yourself. You know, I lived in was raised in California, and I lived there until I was 20, and then I moved out to Florida. And you know, I meet people out here, and this is the South. It's different for black people out here. I mean, out in California,
it's different for all people.
But in California, you know, I meet some of the best and the sweetest people out here, and a lot of them, I just say, you know, you don't even know what it's like. If you lived in California, you'd see how it was to be treated right. And they treat them much different out in California.
They treat them much different?
They treat black people much different in California.
I see. Yeah.
You know, this is the South.
How about the Chicanos?
The Chicanos?
Yeah.
Well, the Chicanos still don't get treated right out in California, but
that's my point.
They treat the Cubans right, though. That's for sure.
Both of them. Okay, have a great day, sir. I'm heading for California right away. Not. Isn't that good?
Sure, great. Let's go.
They treat the dark folks good, but if you happen to be Chicano, well, they're still working on you guys. And of course, if you happen to be Chinese, they haven't got, or South Vietnamese or Korean or whatever, they got no choice because there's so many of you. I'm not really sure what the hell he was trying to say. 5-6, he did say the rules are different here in the South, and he's right. Oh man, is it ever? Oh, the lady in Boca's back. Hello.
Hi, Neil.
Yes, ma'am.
I was calling. I'm going to tell you something that you probably already know, but your listeners who are not ignorant and know a little bit about personality psychology know that Mo's uncomfortable with you because you're so secure with yourself and he's not.
Is that what it is?
I think so.
Yeah.
That's it.
So what do we do about that? How do we make him more secure about himself?
You can't.
Get some crazy glue to keep the hairpiece on straight?
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly. Love
okay,
you.
Thanks for the analyzation. Thank you. Here's a fax. Oh, listener George is a chronic faxer who says, good morning, Neil and George. I listened to Hair Hat Show this morning. I might be wrong, but my impression was during his opening monologue, Hairpiece seemed to be trying to set the table for a day of allowing listeners to rip the Neil Rogers Show hosted material by tying it into this ridiculous, well, that's exactly right, the thing at the Oregon, and then trying to connect it with the University of Miami and QAM. But after about an hour and after several callers called in to denounce censorship, I thought that Mo backed off. I thought he and Goldie both ultimately came down on the side of those who said, if you don't like the material of a radio show, just hit the button on your radio. I'm loath to defend Howard, but it seemed to me that his tone was rather innocuous after all, once the conversation lost steam. Well, that's beside the point. That's like throwing something out there, and if the audience doesn't jump on your bandwagon, doesn't agree with you, then kind of like waffle away from it, you know? That's not the point. It was just another intrepid subject brought forth by Mr. Mo trying to stir the pot. The one thing Mo doesn't understand is that A, he's not witty in his presentation, and B, he's shallow as Schmidt on social issues. I'm sure tomorrow he'll go back to talking about Tiger Woods and the Ass Masters tournament. Have a great day. Yeah, well, I'm not letting him off that easy. Because I know it from this side of the microphone and from the last several days, which after a certain conversation took place, about a week ago Monday, everything started becoming copacetic. Maybe some people can't stand prosperity. Maybe some people don't want to get along with other people. Maybe some people like being a subject of scorn. Maybe they're used to it. The fact that everybody in the building hates them like poison. Just this morning, I had one of our salespeople begging me to try to go to bat to get somebody else to do our morning show, and I said, like I told him before, I don't try to get people canned. That's not my bag. Other people may do that. I don't play that game. I don't threaten to get people canned. I don't have George canned. I didn't get the Beast canned. I don't play that game because I have a little bit of sensitivity that people's livelihoods are at stake. We're not talking about people's lives. Not just about numbers. And this was such a minute story to make an entire show out of that. Isn't fooling me for 1 second. Bringing it out of left field. And to try to keep drawing the analogy, well, University of Miami's on this radio station, and they haven't yet, but if they should, ba-ba-ba, beep-beep-beep, well, they're not gonna. They're not gonna. And long before you came down the pike, mister, with your bad hairpiece, long before you came here, I broadcast U of M baseball for 6 years and did a hell of a job. In fact, Paul Dees was telling that to Ray Perry just 4 or 5 weeks ago, told him that. Ray came in and passed that along when I was there. Not that they have any great love for me at U of M because I'm too controversial in a lot of ways, but nevertheless, they do respect the fact I did a hell of a good job for them. And they got bigger fish to fry than worry about trying to control the content. You know, it's interesting. Before I came, let's turn the clock back a little bit. This is bringing back some real memories, not good ones either. Remember Christina Moron?
Sure.
Mr. Hockey?
Right.
Who's now playing Laughing Clown for ESPN on the weekends, like about 2 o'clock in the morning? Here's a guy who came, another one, another genius, who had a bug up his ass. And because I had the audacity, and of course at that time we were working on different radio stations. He was on the station, we were on IOD. And because I had the audacity to say that he was as boring as, he made Joe Zagacki sound like a Mexican jumping bean. He didn't even do the game. This is on radio. He'd be talking about extraneous stuff, and you could tell the game had started again. You'd hear the puck hitting the sounds of the sticks and pucks on the ice because they had the overhead microphones hanging down. You hear, the game was going on and you knew it, but he was talking caca, you know. And it's because I had the audacity to criticize him, he became a real antagonist. And he had a talk show on his station back at that time, in this time slot, as a matter of fact, with very, very minute numbers, speaking of minute. And I remember after I signed a contract to come over here to QAM from IOD, after that they paid me off to go away 7 months when I told them I was coming here. I'm in the house in one of my infrequent trips back to South Florida during that summer, and I'm listening to the radio, and he's going on at great length about, I don't think Neil Rogers will ever be on WQAM. I don't think it's going to happen. He's too controversial. The sponsors will never put up with it. And then it led into speculation that because Wayne Huizenga hated me like poison, because I was so antagonistic to Baldy, and because of the fact that he owned at that time the Marlins and the Dolphins, that Neil Rogers will never appear. That show will never happen on QAM. Well, here we are 5.5 years later, boys and girls, whatever the hell the time frame is. Ratings are out. We're still number one. We're still kicking ass. The log is full. We're still making them a crap load of money. So Christina Moran didn't have any idea what he was talking about. Mo Howard David don't know what. He's a Johnny-come-lately. See, it seems to me, instead of barging in like a goddamn white tornado with a big fat ego, when you come into a new market, you take a little bit of time to learn the lay of the land. Don't you think that's probably a good idea?
Oh, well, yeah.
To get to know people and know what they're really all about. But when you're dealing with a humorless, pompous, self-serving jackass, that ain't gonna happen. And like I said, I've backed off for the last time. Ain't gonna happen again. We'll play the bits that we want to play. We'll talk about the subjects we want to talk about, with or without his approval, and the Neil Rogers Show will continue. And it's a pretty sad goddamn day that anybody would take a minute story like that, a meaningless story like that, and make it into a whole radio show. With obviously, clearly one thing in mind. And that is to continue hammering away on that point. Neil Rogers is a racist. Neil Rogers is a bigot. Neil Rogers is a bad guy. And Neil Rogers also has the highest ratings on this radio station. And has had for the last 5 years. And will continue to have. And brings in more revenue than any other show on this radio station. And will continue to do that, Mo. So it's no longer an option. I mean, there's nothing left to say as far as, well, jump on a bandwagon. He ain't going to be on my bandwagon, ever. Talk about the pot calling the kettle puce. And then, of course, those sicko fans, those ass lickers, all the people like the Dennises of the world and the Wendy's of the world, Wanda, whatever her name is. People that we desperately want off the air on this show because they have nothing to say. They're just wacko people. And they've all found like a little nesting place there. Just kind of like the Joey Reynolds show on the weekends at IOD. Remember that?
Do I remember it? I had to board of it.
Every person that we didn't want on the air, the guy with the eyes, Gilbert, I mean, you name it. They all found a nesting. They found a home. They found a place to roost. My. Those were the days, weren't they?
Yeah.
What am I getting all worked up about? How we got the big Wednesday
doing
1 hour? Huh?
It's fun on this end.
Yeah, because you're a heartless son of a bitch. That's why you're saying
right.
it.
Bloodthirsty, heartless.
Spick.
Yeah.
12 minutes after 10 at 560 WQM. If you're looking in the mirror wondering, where the hell did that hair go? It went down the drain, it went down the toilet, it fell on the floor, it went in the bathtub. Wherever it goes, it falls out. Because it's just one of them things, man, about being a man. My man. And the Charles Alfieri natural hairline system is the best in the universe. No matter what you pay, you could pay thousands of dollars and still not look as good as with Charlie's system because it's 100% undetectable. It looks like the hair on your head is the real thing, like it's grown out of your scalp, not like some awful animal fell from the sky with that kryptonite and just died on your head. So call today and take advantage of the special $200 QM discount when you tell them that Neil Rogers told you to call. And don't forget that Charlie also services and repairs all kinds of hair systems while you wait for only $25 to $30, and it'll make you look human. And don't forget, when you buy the natural hairline system from Charles Alfieri, everybody gets Charlie's 30-day guarantee. If after 30 days you don't love the way it looks and feels and smells, if you're not getting ahead at least 4 or 5 times a day, Charlie gives you a full refund. So what are you waiting for? Get your hair back. Great-looking head of hair from Charlie Alfieri, the hair man. Call 1-800-321-2413. That's 1-800-321-2413, or log on to his website at charlesalfieri.com.
Live and local. This is 560. The radio's all yours now. QAM.
Shannon, Faulkner.
We all know how Shannon Faulkner's courageous 3-hour, half-a-day attempt to enter the Citadel ended at Hell Week.
It hurts to quit. Oh, and I don't think I look good in the shorts.
But Shannon's story started 2.5 years before Hell Week. And now, A.B. Sleaze presents You Can Go to Hell, I Quit, the Shannon Faulkner story.
Up and at 'em, Shannon. Time to work out. Let's go.
Everyone in the Faulkner household knew Shannon would have to be in tip-top shape to complete the rigorous training at the Citadel.
Dad, I can't eat anymore.
You better eat, Cadet. There's 12 more Twinkies where that one came from. Now eat, munch.
Learn how her rigorous training changed everything.
Shannon, we're gonna have to break up. This Citadel thing's making too much woman for me.
If you ain't gonna finish your fries, can I have them?
You Can Go to Hell, I Quit, the Shannon Faulkner story. It's the movie that proves you don't have to succeed in life. You just have to sell your miserable life story to the networks. Sunday night on A.B. Sleaze.
10:17 at 560 WQM. We got the Mad Dog at 1. Hank will be on at 3. In the studio for 4 solid hours with no extraneous stuff.
That was funny.
Chitco Panther preview 7 to 7:30. At 7:30, the Panthers and the Islanders. Where is that game? Do we know? Is that a home game? I'm not asking you. I'm
Sunrise.
asking, silly. It's in Sunrise, a home game. Eddie K after the hockey game. Eddie K from GA and Joe and Mark overnight. That's the schedule. That's the agenda. And you know us. We have a hidden agenda. Here's North Miami. Hello.
Hello, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Can you play that song again about the guy with the crack?
No, we can't. Here's Miami. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Can we still talk about Mo, or?
You can talk about anything you like.
Okay. Oh, well, I'm just saying, if his ratings go up, wouldn't that be directly your fault?
Directly my fault?
Yes, if his ratings go up.
What does that
With
mean?
all the publicity you're giving him?
His ratings aren't going up.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. So doesn't he have you to thank for that?
What, that his ratings went down?
No, his ratings are going to go up.
Oh, brother. Follow the bouncing balls.
So let me
Before
ask
it's too
you.
late. I beg your pardon?
If the ratings go
in
sideways,
if the ratings go in, will they come out in the end?
Rectum.
That's the question. I just didn't understand them, I guess. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon Wireless Low as the potpourri of crap continues. Here's Miami. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
Well, let's just go over the chronology of Howard David. He comes into this market. He says, "I'm Barry Jackass" is his column, but he's going to reinvent sports radio. His
Sports
numbers
talk.
haven't gone anywhere.
Yeah.
He tried to fire the Beast, I think successfully.
No, he didn't. Wait a minute. Slow down a little bit, okay? Because, being on the outside, you're not quite as privy to what's going on the inside. If you really want to waste the time of going through the whole chronology, he had Carolyn off the show first because she didn't fit in his mind. Then he got the Beast canned because the Beast was unprofessional. And then when the Beast came in one day to do the sports headlines, he also got, on that particular day, when he was talking to Geldy during in between the headlines, Mo called it off there to make sure he wasn't on there because he's unprofessional, doesn't want him on his show. Okay, next.
And, I think Ron Hershey Highway can get better ratings than him.
Well, he already did.
This guy, he's ruined the Dolphin games. How many times do I have to hear that Scott Gallion is a former New York Giant? I don't care.
Yeah.
I mean, this guy, I think in honor of all this, and because we don't hear Geldy's voice anymore, can we hear Geldy talking on a sports show song?
Okay.
Thank you.
See ya. Oh, brother. And I'm also not defending. I'm not going to do that disclaimer about, well, he does excellent play-by-play. To hell with that. Okay? To hell with it. We didn't have a problem on the Dolphin broadcast. Zimfer and Mandich were a great team. Zimfer let Mandich do his thing, and we didn't have a problem there. The fact that Zimfer wasn't in town, who gave a crap about that, really? Anybody complain about that? I never heard any complaints.
Nope.
Whether they knew his name or not. They had no complaints with those broadcasts. They were just fine. But now we've had all kinds of, and again, I don't even blame Mo. I blame one person for all of this, and his name is Greg Reed. He's the only one who's got to shoulder the blame. He created the nightmare in the first place about a year ago when he started dicking with the morning show in a fit of pique, and he hasn't been able to put it back together again. Just like we saw what they did at IOD with Ranieri. Every time they start messing with success, they screw it up. They can't just leave things alone. They never recovered from that crap at IOD in the morning. Ever. Not that his audience was the youngest in the world, he had the greatest demographics, but he was an institution, and they were making money on that show, and they were doing just fine. And they didn't have a clue what they were going to do at that point. They had no idea what they were going to replace it with. So they tried to, well, why even go back to that, you know? It's too depressing. And didn't you ruin the Chuck Meyer show anyway?
I thought it was you.
Oh, well, it was one of us.
A lot of work went into that show.
Maybe both of us. We sandbagged all those great phoners.
If you had just supported it. If you had just said
those great phone
that it was
interviews.
Great. Yeah.
567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. On a really bizarre, unexpected, psychotic day. Because the topic today is Neil is a racist, he's a bad guy, he's a sumbitch is what he is. He's an evildoer, and don't you ever forget about it. And he disguises all of that stuff he does under the guise of shtick, as in, right, shtick it. Here's a call from the Gables, hello.
Carpetbagger.
Here's Hollywood, hello.
Booga booga.
Boca, hello.
Mo is a limp dick motherfucker.
Okay, it just continues.
Sure glad we brought the calls back.
Yeah, sure glad, brought your calls back because it sure really adds to the momentum, the mo of the show, you know, the momentum. The more I hear them, the more I realize it was probably not a good idea. Oh, we want to hear the callers. They got so much to contribute. Let's face it, no matter what the subject matter is, the overwhelming majority of you have got nothing to say, which is what makes South Florida one of the many ingredients, but one of the prime ingredients that makes it just a outdoor sump pump. A gigantic septic tank spread over thousands and thousands of acres. You can smell it all the way up here. Here's Plantation. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, sir.
I cannot believe you've missed something that's happened for 4 weeks now during this football season with Geldy. He has quoted the broadcast guy's calling of the game and not his boss's calling of the game, which means he's not listening to his boss calling the game. He's listening to ESPN and ABC.
Yeah.
And I don't understand why you haven't called him on that yet.
Well, call him up and ask him about that, okay? See, I want to play that game. That's childish. A lot of you people do that. Call them up on that show. Probably won't get on the air, but ask Geldy that question. He did this and he did that. What the hell do I care what he's listening to? And that's another problem with a talk show audience is that about 70% of the people are like little children anyway. In a sandbox. 567-0560 pound. I'll tell you, seriously, this town just never ceases to amaze me. Hey, we're all behind you, Neil. All behind you. You look over your shoulder and you see way back there in the distance, and not only are they way back in the distance, but they're all turned around walking the other way. You know what I mean?
No. What do you mean?
I mean, we got 100 and some odd votes on the poll. What do we got? Can't control my mouse. My mouse is even out of control. 189 votes. Which group has made the most progress in the U.S. over the past 100 years? It just changed again, damn it. Well, how do you like that? 196. Blacks 61, women 53, Catholics 22, Jews 20, gays 20, Hispanics 20. Three-way tie for last. Here's Miami. Hello.
Hey, you think the Dolphins are happy with him?
Here's Deerfield. Hello.
Yes, Neil. How are you today?
Okay.
Just want to let you know that I've listened to your program for a long time, never called you, But always find it very interesting. I love some of the stuff you get onto. And when you do get offensive, as far as I'm concerned, I simply flip the dial.
Yeah.
And then I flip it back a few minutes later, see if you've gotten off that topic, and I enjoy the rest of the show.
Okay.
The problem, what you're talking about, is South Florida, for the most part, they are morons. And I can't wait to get the heck out of this state. Because I feel if you got a half a brain in your head, you won't have it if you live here too long.
It'll get fried. Even this time of the year, it fries.
Totally fried. And I'm from a place that you know very well. I was born and raised in Geneva, New York. Then moved to the Rochester area, and I'm ready to move back to the Rochester area, snow, cold, and all.
Yeah, I don't mind the weather. I mean, we've had some weather here over the last few days. Didn't bother me.
That's just
This is one of the great myths that they sell in South Florida and places like South Florida, is that weather is everything. And I got, the climate at certain points of the year is pretty nice, but weather's not life.
When people find out I'm from Rochester, they actually say, "You mean you're going to move back there?" I say, "Have you ever been to that area of the country? It's actually some of the most beautiful country that there is."
Yeah, for a couple of weeks out of the year.
People just think of snow. That's all they think of.
Okay, I'll wave to you across the lake, sweetheart.
Neil, it was a pleasure talking to you.
Have a great day.
Bye.
5670560. I mean, that guy before. Do you think the Dolphins are... I don't know. Call up the Dolphins and ask Fudge Brown if they're happy with them. Ask one of those people. Ask Harvey Green. I don't know. I'm sure they'll tell you, yes, they're ecstatic. What do you think, George? 1026 at 560 WQM. I think Delights of West Boca is your low-carb, sugar-free Atkins diet headquarters. In fact, I don't think it. I'd be knowing it. And they just got in 14 different low-carb cookies, all from 3 different bakers, all delicious. And if you had to pick a favorite, you probably won't be able to because they're all sensational. Peanut butter, chocolate chip, lemon, coconut, all sugar-free or low-carb. And by the way, I completed my first day on the Atkins, lost 1 pound.
Oh!
How do you like that? Would have lost more except I had that big tub of soup last night. Didn't have any crap. What? You can stop by Delights and sample any of their products. Try them before you buy them. Delights gave us a loaf of their new low-carb bread called Sinfully Low-Carb Bread. It's really good stuff. Spread some of that new La Nuba jam on it, and you got a great low-carb breakfast. Just jam on it. And don't forget, as your official Atkins Diet Retail Center, Delights of West Boca sells every Atkins brand product at 25% off today, next Sukkot, every day. You've heard the reports on Atkins. In fact, just the other day, that Atkins is working like crazy. Just yesterday, we had a big story that they're finally starting to admit Atkins really gets the job done for you, and it's a great way to lose weight. Delights of West Boca's got a friendly, knowledgeable staff to help you get all the items for your Atkins diet. They're open 10 to 10 every day on the corner of Glades and 441 in Boca. An entire store dedicated to the products you'd be looking for. Call 1-877-LOW-CARB or check them out on the web at lowcarb.com.
We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Bastard.
Asshole. Yes. That Wayne Huizinga's such an asshole.
All right.
He yelled at Mandich, that greedy turd, because he wouldn't take a shower with Hank Goldberg. Asshole. Asshole. H. Wayne Huizinga's such an asshole. He's just like Hitler and Eva Braun. What's that he's pounding on? Essential asshole. The only thing there is left to say is drop dead right away.
Oh, I don't think he'll ever be on QAM because Wayne wouldn't tolerate it. He sure won't be playing those songs anymore. Right. Right, Christina. They're all experts, baby. They all got their thumb right on it. Here's a fax from Irving who says, Dear Neil, I've been listening since 1976.
Oi!
And your show keeps getting better. Thanks for the laughs and perspective. You might want to check out, it's got a website. If you haven't already seen a report on the detailed dismantling of our privacy rights by the Bushmeister and his ilk, it's www.lchr.org. Thanks, Irving. Zygazan Irving, Happy Chinooka, etc. 5670560, pound 560. Don't forget we got that big noon to 1 hour today, all comedy bits to put a smile on your puss. I had a smile on my puss when I sat down this morning, and now I don't like my tone. You know what? I don't like the tone. You like the tone?
Yeah, I like it fine.
Yeah,
but
that's
remember,
because
I'm a
you're
heartless, whatever.
Prick rhymes with
Yeah.
spick. That's right. Troublemaker. Schmidt disturber.
What's your point?
I think you got a point.
But I wear a hat.
See, I don't really care anymore because I'm not putting on any more pretense, because you try and you try and you try and you make the effort. The effort has been honestly made. I'm not trying to be a prima donna, but the effort has been made on this end. Even unrequested, it was made on this end this last time. Ease back a little bit, give the guy a chance to and we thought we were making some progress. Haven't we discussed that off the air?
Yes, we did.
Thought we were making a little bit of progress in bringing this silly old man into the real world. There is no hope there. There is no hope. Because this is an unyielding, arrogant, egotistical, pompous ass, the likes of which not only have I never worked with before, the likes of which I've never encountered in my life. I've met some I've been around 60 years old. I've been around the block several times all over the world. Met nice people, assholes, everybody in between. But I've never encountered a beast like this. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon Wireless line. Here's a call from beautiful Boynton Beach. Hello?
Phil?
What is it?
Hi.
Hi.
Thank you. I just want to say that my dad has a car business where they go up north and south and deliver cars back and forth for the wealthy people. Thank you. And when I was taking the car up, there was somebody got on a billboard. It was white. Somebody spray painted your number and your name, your radio number, and that's how I got to listen to you. But what I want to say is
up where? Where was this?
Oh, geez, it might have been Palm Beach County. It might have been the next county up north. But I want to tell you this, that it's true. And then I want to. This is a true story here. My dad still has a car business. I retired. My dad's still a maniac. He's still driving.
Yeah.
And he had to go to Miami the other night to pick up a lady, elderly lady in a wheelchair from California. Yeah, this is true. And the people that check for things today in the airport, they picked her out, and they went through her bags.
Good.
And
good. I'll make sure we don't get her back here again. We got enough old people already. Okay. Well, thanks very much for your scintillating story, and keep driving it. What was that? 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T line, West Palm Beach. Hello.
Hey, Neil, how you doing?
All right.
I got a question. In the last 15 or 20 years that you've been down there, what's the best morning, midday, afternoon lineup you've been a part of, and what would be the best one you would put together?
I think beyond a shadow of a doubt. When we had Rick and Suds in the morning, I was in midday, and Phil was in the afternoon, and Randy was at night. Are you hearing me?
Oh, he's got his radio on.
Oh, he's got his radio. He's listening to it. Well, maybe, no, he didn't want to hear himself. I guess he thought he could only hear, maybe he couldn't hear me. Don't be so nasty, man. You're a nasty person, George.
And?
I don't know. I just thought I'd mention that.
Okay.
Well, I mean, some people keep reminding me, other folks about me, so I'm going to keep reminding them about you. It's called deflecting their attention. See, it's like a diversionary tactic.
I'm a nasty man.
No, seriously, don't you think that was a great lineup?
Well, are you kidding? Everybody.
And you'll notice now in these latest trends that IOD is making some inroads. And speaking of Phil, he's kicking ass at night.
Are you sure?
Number 2 in men. Did I tell you that?
Yes.
Had a big trend. He had a 5, tied for second with AQ Radio Mambi with a 5-5. Now he's not going to catch EDR because they're all alone up there at night, But he's kicking ass. And when we had Rick and Suds and yours truly and Phil Henry, that was an award-winning lineup. And, of course, the Cox people blew that. Well, we tried every way we know to make money with you people, and we don't have time for all of this. Yeah, we know, Bob Neal. Blow out your ass, little midget.
At practically every appearance, somebody will comment on those days in that lineup.
Those were great days. But I started to say, IOD's making some inroads now, and the reason that Todd, whatever that guy's, Drek in the afternoon, what is his name, Schmidt? The reason he's making the number in there, not because he's got a great show, but although I notice he's doing, last time I heard him, he was like playing some comedy bits. He's like trying to be a crossover between me and Lardass. He's like Lardass Jr., very right wing, but also trying to cross over to some of the stuff we do. But the reason he's got the audience is he's got the flow through from Lardass, who gets some flow through from Dr. Laura, and they got Phil on at night. So in spite of the fact they call them the news station, it's really a talk station. And when you're the island, when you're the only non-sports show on an all-sports station, and when they continue talking about it's all-sports radio, and that's all they want to say, it makes it doubly hard. It's very hard. Can you feel it?
Yeah, I'm feeling it right now.
It is very hard.
Semi-soft.
Yeah, maybe some of that stool softener might help. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T. In fact, I remember the first time I complained about that old chair that I had up here.
Yeah.
And Bob Vermouth, when he was still up here, instead of getting me a chair to sit on during the show, he brought me a little package of stool softener. I guess he didn't understand what that meant. Well, he's a little bit slow, Bob Vermouth.
Roy!
Here's Key Largo. Hello.
Yo, 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 Detroit Mo.
Very weak rendering, don't you think?
Indeed.
Here's Miami. Hello. Miami.
Hey.
Yeah.
Good morning. How are you?
Okay.
Listen, I was listening to the radio this morning, and I was listening to these two female morning announcers. And I tell you, just to show you how weak people are, with this thing with this Michael Jackson holding this kid over the balcony, you know that they tried to justify him doing that? I mean, it's time for some of these spineless people to call a spade and a pedophile one too.
Right. Absolutely correct.
Just get it out. So that's all I really have to say. It really burned me up.
Well, what show was that?
I think it was 97.3 or 97.9, one of those. Two female announcers in the morning.
Coast or RMF?
Yeah. Just trying to kiss his butt.
That's pathetic. That's really tragic.
Yeah. So, all right, guys. First time calling. That's all I need to say.
Okay, thanks. Okay, let's all go burn some Michael Jackson records.
All right.
What do you say, huh?
No, I don't have
Piece
any.
of crap. No, seriously. And the fact that the media, and I shouldn't have done that story myself. Why don't we just declare a moratorium, huh? Unless he does something, really so grotesque. Not that wasn't grotesque enough. Yeah, you're out, Michael. You're out. And you're not going to be able to help the family. And you notice how he's kind of like breeding these little kids. I'm afraid what's going to be happening to them.
Right. Petri dish.
Yeah. I don't mean he's breeding them, but he's having them bred for him, because he sure as hell ain't the father. But at any rate, see, then once they're his own kids, heaven only knows what he's going to be doing when they get old enough, another week or two, when they get to be about 6 months old. And then, of course, just like Bubbles, like I mentioned yesterday, once they get to be a little bit too old, like maybe 12 or 13, then they'll be out. They'll be out on their own. They'll have a little satchel on their shoulder, and that'll be it. 1041 at 560 WQAM. Pompano Park is open for live harness racing at its best 3 nights a week. Oh, wait a minute. 4 nights a week. Can you believe that?
I do now.
Every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. Didn't I mention that just the other day? It might have been my psychic powers again about the Mondays and the free spaghetti. First post time, 7:15. There's free general parking, free clubhouse, and grandstand admission every afternoon and evening. Why not come out for a great evening of horse racing action? Root home a winner from the rail. Treat yourself to a private box seat on the 4th floor. Enjoy a Ben & Jerry hot fudge sundae or a slice of Pilates pizza. Tonight, Wednesday, November 20th, it's the opening round of the Bartender Series. Month-long event features your local bar and a jog cart foot race down the stretch. One team member must hold a tray with 3 drinks that can't fall off the tray during the race. You following that?
No.
$2,500 in cash and prizes on the line. And don't forget that every Wednesday, like tonight, is Dollar Night. You can get yourself a draft beer, hot dog, soda, large pretzel, or popcorn, only $1 a piece. Pompano Park's excellent top-of-the-park restaurant on the 6th floor is open every live racing night for fine dining, featuring Chef Kirk Leday's nightly specials and the best seafood, steaks, and prime rib dinners in town. You got yourself your little TV monitor there to see all the races and to see how the stock market's gone way down, too. There's also a great all-you-can-eat buffet on the 4th floor Players Lounge, only $10.95 per person every racing night. Pompano Park also offers full card simulcasting every day, 7 days a week, starting at noon with highlight harness and thoroughbred action. Don't forget, we're now into that new winter schedule at Pompano Park. 4 live racing nights a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday, including tonight. First post time, 7:15 at Pompano Park on Powerline Road, a block south of Atlantic Boulevard.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Stop us at Max! Geldy, talking on a sports show, trying to be macho. Your voice sounds just like a 7-year-old girl, a little sports host shill. What else are you there for? Geldy, talking like a baby who needs a little training. Why can't you understand? You don't sound like a man. Remove the rubber bands that choke your scrotum. Geldy, Geldy, Geldy. Geldy, your lucky management don't care. 'Cause Geldy, you don't belong there on the air. And Geldy, the sports can wait till your voice cracks. 'Cause anyone who sounds like that should find another job. And they should only take you back when both your BBs drop. Oh, Geldy, Geldy, when you gonna grow up? You make us wanna throw up. You silly squeaky fool, go to broadcasting school. Your prepubescent voice makes you sound like a putz. You're a putz.
Yes.
You're a putz.
10:47 at 560 WQAM. Happy Wednesday to you. The sun is shining. The pigeons are back. They're doing a number. And why the hell not? Virus-plagued Amsterdam will skip a cruise. Remember we talked about that the other day?
Yeah.
Holland America has canceled its next 10-day Caribbean cruise aboard the Amsterdam as it tries to kill the stomach virus that has plagued more than 500 passengers over 4 consecutive voyages. The cruise line said it called off tomorrow's sailing to break the person-to-person cycle of the illness. Symptoms, which generally last 1 or 2 days, include vomiting, diarrhea, headache, and low-grade fever. The virus can be dangerous for the elderly or those with medical problems. We want to demonstrate to our passengers that we're doing everything we can to eliminate this virus. Eliminate it, said Holland America spokeswoman Rose Abello. And we want our future guests on the Amsterdam to have peace of mind and confidence in sailing with us. On this sailing, 57 passengers and 17 crew members have contracted the sickness. On 3 previous cruises, a total of 438 passengers had been stricken. The Amsterdam is due to return tomorrow to Port Everglades. CDC spokeswoman Susan McClure said historical data shows it takes 4 days of cleaning with no passengers on the ship to significantly reduce the virus numbers. They gotta clean it, they gotta scrub it, they gotta spray it, they gotta lick it. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T line, 253 votes on the poll. Which group has made the most progress in the U.S. in the past 100 years? Even though those poor lady golfers, those women can't get into Augusta. Blacks 73, women 72, Hispanics 30, Jews 28, gays 26, Catholics 24. I don't understand that. It doesn't make any sense to me the way this poll is coming.
It does to me.
I mean, Jews used to have to change their names. They had to be closet Jews in this country. And that's not 100 years ago, that's like 50, 60 years ago. And back in the early 50s when the McCarthy era came, they had to start doing it again. Huh?
Yeah.
So it would seem to me that there should be a few more, well, what can I say?
But it's all relative.
It all depends on who your relatives are, right? 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. At noon, we begin our noon to 1 magnificent Wednesday hump hour. Oh! I can't wait. Can you wait?
I'm jonesing right now.
Here's Miami. Hello.
Sure can take it, but can't dish it.
Yeah. Sure can call every day, can't you, pal? That's that idiot again. Are we ever going to do something about him? Like at least break his kneecaps? Man, what an idiot. 56705. See, there's a difference, asshole, which I'll even take the time, even in spite of the fact that it's you, because we have to draw you a diaphragm because you're too stupid to understand it, or maybe you just don't want to. There's a difference between song parodies, and there's a difference between comedy bits, and between trying to paint somebody as a racist bigot and try to, interfere with their right to have a livelihood. If you can't see that, you're more stupid than we thought you were. And by the way, George is waiting for you next Wednesday at Treasure Island.
Oh, stop. Oh, don't invite him.
Why not?
Well, I'm sure he's gay anyway.
I think the two of you would have a great time together. You might just get along famously.
Fat
Here's Sunrise. Hello.
Good morning, Neil.
Yes, sir.
I'm a first-time caller. I just moved from Puerto Rico back here, and we have a mutual friend, Renee. He turned me on to you. I don't know if you remember Renee.
Renee?
Yeah, the little Cuban guy, stocky. He
No.
was in one of your commercials many years ago.
Walk away, Renee? No.
Well, anyhow, my question is to you. After listening to these callers this morning, why do you continue being? Why would you want to be in this market still? I mean, it's just mind-boggling to me.
Can I give you a one-word answer?
Go ahead.
Money.
Well, in that case, I guess.
I'll take
You're
the
right.
money.
But it's just
sir, let me tell you right now, that's the only reward that I get is the money. That's it.
You know, it's just incredible. I'm a process server, and you can imagine, I see everything in the streets and how people act, and it's just incredible. Why would anybody work in this South Florida period?
Right. Well, that's why I'm not there. That's why I'm not there.
Oh, that's right. You're in Canada, right?
I'm sitting in beautiful Toronto right now, looking out my window at a sunny, beautiful blue sky. A lot of nice people out there.
You gotta rub it in now, too.
That's right.
Well, enjoy yourself, and that's all I have to say. Thanks.
Okay, have a great day, pal.
You too, thanks.
Don't unpack. Don't unpack. It'd be the biggest mistake you ever made. I always tell people that, and then they laugh at me. And then about 6 months later, they call back and say, hey, we're just moving out of here. We're going to anywhere, someplace. Selma, Alabama. Someplace we'll be safe. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. It is amazing how so many people can be in one place, all congregated together, and so little going on. Here's Lauderdale. Hello. Fort Lauderdale.
Oh, hey, Neil, how you doing?
Okay.
Good. Hey, can we talk about black
Anything
people
you like.
tipping?
Anything you want.
Can we talk about black people tipping?
Yeah.
Can we talk about Jimmy and Danny?
Yeah.
Can we talk about God?
Yeah. Keep going.
Okay. I'm out of shit.
No,
Stuff. Sorry.
No, you don't have any material. Look at that. He didn't have any material.
It was a crank.
I know that. I know that, but he's doing a number on have we talked about this and talked about that. What was that? What was it? He was the definitive South Florida caller right there. I had nothing to say. It's like today's people call, oh, how come you're talking about this? Well, what would you like to talk? No, but how come you're talking about this? And they have absolutely nothing to say about anything. I know it always amazes you, and it just shocks the living daylights out of me that on the only program in the world, like the guy that called before says, oh, can we still talk about Mo? And I said, talk about whatever you want. I don't care. I'll listen until it gets too boring. And it still doesn't make any difference, which I think shows you the depth of the shallowness. Is that like an oxymoron?
No, I like that.
The depth of the shallowness of South Florida. Here's Fort Lauderdale again. Hello.
Hi. Hi, Neil.
Yes.
Am I?
Hello.
Hello. I just want to say I think you're in for more than the money because you have lots of laughs.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you're a riot.
Let me say it again.
$10.95.
MONEY. Just show me the money.
You laugh.
Show me the money.
You gotta laugh. You gotta chuckle just to fall asleep thinking about some of the things that are said on the show.
Oh, yeah.
All right, 10-4 back down. Gotta go.
Okay. Well, there's the laugh.
There you go.
Right on target. 567. Let me say it again. MONEY. Lots of it. That's the only reason. There is no other reward. All the money we raise for charity on this show, rarely is a word written about that. Y100 goes out and does this silly-ass thing with on a national, what was it, Hollywood Squares, and here's a big puff piece in Tom Jicka's column, and here's this one writing about that, and Kevin Baxter's right. We get nothing, okay? I mean, I'm not saying we haven't had some publicity over the years, most of it bad, but nothing. No matter what you do, no matter how much positive free entertainment you give, no matter how much you raise for charity, how many good things you try to do, no matter how much people are out to try to nail your ass, nothing. So there's no other rewards, just that paycheck every 2 weeks. And people think I'm joking when I say that. Absolutely nothing else. Look at these calls. Look at these calls. Not that we've had any shortage of calls today. How many of these calls we've had in these 2 hours so far would you say have been worth the price of peanuts?
2.
No, there have been a few.
That lady and which other one?
Come on. In the early going, there were a couple, but you're just forgetting now, okay? So you're getting old because you forget the early ones. That's been the pattern lately. First few minutes, we get a couple of people with something to say, and then they're out of material for the rest of the day. You're forgetting where you are.
No, I'm not.
I'm not forgetting where I am, and it looks really great out there. I'm going to just go out and walk miles. I'm just going to go out and get a brisk walk all over the place.
A brisket walk?
Get some brisket and then walk.
Brisket.
Or maybe I'll just walk down the street and get some good brisket at the deli. 10:56 at 560 WQAM. Hey, if you love your home but you need more space, do the smart thing like even little George did it. What does that tell you? Do what hundreds of other people are doing, call Strictly Additions. Whether you're having a baby, need another room, maybe you're converting a carport or patio into living space, maybe you went into business for yourself and you want to make a home orifice in your house. Call Strictly Additions because these people are the experts. That's what they're all about. They're your one-stop shop, your more space for your place with an absolutely worry-free approach to expanding your living space. Those no-shows by the contractors ain't gonna happen. Incomplete work, no chance, no unexpected bills, no worries about the job not getting done right, and they take care of every stinking last detail. They drop your blueprints. They get the building permits for you, handle all the inspections. And Strictly Editions has got that easy 5-step approach to total customer satisfaction. And the reason we go down this list all the time is to show you how simple it is. First, call to schedule a free project evaluation appointment at your home, where a project estimator will determine the exact scope of your addition. Second, schedule a bid appointment in their convenience showroom, where you'll get a detailed proposal and an exact price for your work. Exact. Third, select your finishing touches, go to contract. Then number 4, review the design architectural drawings. And fifth, last but most definitely not least, sit back and relax as your dream edition moves ahead on schedule with unbeatable quality. It's a piece of cake. They make everything so simple for you. They're licensed, they're insured, they want to do a super job for you like they're doing for George. Look for their ad in the Yellow Pages. They serve all of Broward and South Palm Beach County as well. Call right now, for example, at 9-5, or like an hour and a half. Call 954-791-8100. 954-791-8100. Be sure and tell them that old Neil told you to call Strictly Editions. 954-791-8100.
Live and local. We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
Pissed off gets me fired up when I hear someone say that.
Stupid. You know who I am? Mohone. Mo Howard, he's a mohone. Decrepit, cranky, and very bitter. Mo Howard, he's a mohone. He's old, no cheese between his toes. His toupee reeks with smegma. Mo Howard, he's a mohone. Yes. He's just a schmuck sport hole inhaler, the kind that Greg Reed likes. He's just another New York failure, forced to move to paradise. No show. Mo Howard has no show. His toupee reeks with smegma. Howard David blows.
It's 11:01 at 560 WQM. Next hour is our big noon to 1 hour. All comedy bits all hour. Just warning for those people with no sense of humor. 277 votes. Which group has made the most progress in the U.S. in the past 100 years? Blacks 81, women 78. That's where the race is between blacks and... What about black women?
Hey, what do they vote for?
Hispanics 33, Jews 30, gays 30, and Catholics 25. What about gay Jews? We should have a lot more categories on there, don't you think?
Or Hispanic Jews.
Maybe tomorrow.
Black Hispanic Jews.
Speaking of that, Orlando gay rights measure gets preliminary approval. Gays and lesbians are a step closer to being added to the city's anti-discrimination protection laws as the Orlando City Council gave preliminary approval to their inclusion yesterday. Council members voted 4-3 in favor of the measure, adding gays and lesbians during a preliminary vote Monday night after an 8-hour public hearing that included 75 speakers. If approved during a final vote December 2nd, the measure would add sexual orientation to the list of classes already protected by the city, including race, national origin, religion, gender, disability, age, and marital status. Employers would be prohibited from denying jobs. Landlords wouldn't be allowed to turn away renters, and public accommodations wouldn't be able to deny service because of a person's sexual orientation. Businesses with fewer than 6 employees, landlords with less than 4 units, churches, religious groups, and private clubs would be exempt. The choice you make today is a choice between protecting gays from discrimination or protecting those who would discriminate against them, said Councilwoman Patty Sheehan, who is openly gay. Mayor Glenda Hood voted against the measure, saying the city already was accepting of gays and lesbians. She said they're already accepted in the hood. This is a city that does respect diverse lifestyles, and it's a city that does accept different definitions of familyhood. I'll tell you one thing, if all the people at Disney World vote, pass no contest, you know?
Yeah.
Let's get Mickey on the phone. 567-0560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line on a great Wednesday. I'm starting to calm down a little bit now.
Damn it.
See, like I said, I'm pissed off and fired up.
All right, there we go.
See, we thought that the guy got it, that they were moving like the thing about the way I dress and I'm sloppy and the boy came in with a wrinkled shirt every day and the same stuff for 7 months. And then we had the thing with the Ginger Rogers and Hagedorn. And we thought, okay, this is fine. Call me whatever the hell you want. Let's have a little give and take, a little back and forth, and understand that it's a radio show. But it always seems to come back to this business of there's a point to be proven here that under the guise of stick, he's a racist. Now, let me ask you this. Have we had any complaints today in 2 hours about any of the stuff that we play?
No. From where?
No.
From who?
I'm talking about from our audience, from people who voluntarily, without a gun to their head, voluntarily listen to this program. I'm not talking about outsiders who are agent provocatorum, who are just trying to stir up a bunch of crap, who don't even listen to the show. I'm not talking about them. I'm not talking about people like Dennis who desperately need mental help. I'm not talking about him. No complaints. I even played a couple of things specifically just to see if anybody was pissed off and fired up, and the answer was no. They couldn't give a crap. They get it. They understand it. So you can come on here every morning the rest of your life, Mo, however long you're on this radio station, and continue screaming the same sad song about this guy is a racist, and this guy's an evil guy, and a hurricane's this, and ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. You're small potatoes, Mo. That's one thing we discovered this morning for sure. You are small potatoes. Here's a lady in Hollywood. Hello.
Hey, Neil.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, I have a couple things to say. First of all, I want to thank you for sharing your life with all of us listeners. My mom has to go for a colonoscopy, so this is how long I've been listening to you.
Wow.
I know. It's a couple of years. And back when you didn't know what was going on, you had all that IBS and you had to go through all that.
Irritable life.
And I know. See, and you share your life with us. You open up, and this idiot Mo, excuse me, has to come and badmouth you. And here's what happened. I said, Mom, I think there's
wait a minute. I don't care if he badmouths me. He can badmouth me all he wants.
Well,
but
you know,
don't try to paint me as being some kind of a bigot, like this show doesn't belong on the air, and try to stir up stuff that's bad for the radio station. It's bad for business.
Anybody who would have threatened somebody with a bullet over the air would have gotten sued right away, would have gotten escorted to jail. I mean, please, that was unheard of. Okay, number two, look, I had a great conversation with my mom because of you, Neil. Whether you are doing it for the money or you say you get nothing out of it, just let you know, my mom is 80 years old. She was going to have to go through an invasive operation, or however you do that, IBS, or you know how you had to go through all that?
Rectum.
Because of you, I said, Mom, ask your doctor about the new procedure. I heard it on the AM station. Then I had to explain to a Catholic 80-year-old woman that I listened to you, Neil.
Oi!
And why didn't you put on your survey today, men, because I think that men advanced far more than anybody in this world. And no, I'm not a mean woman.
I don't understand that. Men are not discriminated against, at least not white men.
So that's why they advanced a lot more than anybody else.
No, but that wasn't the point of the poll. The poll was people who have been oppressed up until, see what I'm saying? That was the point of the poll.
Well, how can the oppressed people advance?
Ain't easy.
Okay, and...
Okay, in closing...
the reason why that women aren't allowed at the golf tournament is because if the men see big tits, they'll miss their shot.
Okay.
I love you, Neil.
Have a great day.
Bye.
Woo! 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. That was great. And maybe she's got a point. You know what I'm saying? It happens at Treasure Island all the time.
I don't.
Here's Tamarack. Hello.
That was a great call, Neil.
That was outstanding.
Can we get back to talking about the Dolphins and Chris Carter?
Yeah, right.
Stuff that really matters.
Yeah, Chris and Aronde.
Right.
Here's North Lauderdale. Wait a minute, I'm on the wrong line. Like I said, here's nobody. Is there anybody on here? Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
Hi, Neil. How you doing?
Good.
I have a question. I want to ask you something about The Godfather, if you don't mind, the movie.
Okay.
Is The Godfather Part 2 should have been Part 1? Because I'm kind of confused over the Part 2.
Yeah, well, the Part 2 is, you're better off to get the whole saga and watch it chronologically because Godfather 2 goes back before when he was growing up in Sicily, you know?
So Vito is the Godfather.
Right.
Oh, okay then. Thank you.
And I realize you don't look like him, but Robert De Niro becomes Marlon Brando. I know it's a stretch. Ain't it a stretch?
A little bit, but...
He don't look too much like Marlon Brando, and he don't speak with cotton in his puss. But other than that, they look exactly the same.
That's later when you get old.
567-0560, pound 560. He was so good in that. I don't care what anybody says. And I still don't think they had to put cotton in his mouth. He talks like that anyway. I thought we could reason together. Anyway, well, now how the hell can you tell? He must weigh, what, 800 pounds now?
Geez, he's an
Poor Marlon, we're counting the days. He's on the death watch, Marlon Brando, him and Dom DeLuise, who have a lot more in common than you might think. Here's Fort Lauderdale. Hello.
Hi, Neil. How you doing?
Okay.
2 questions. Number one, obviously you've got a tremendous radio show. What is your opinion of the following? Dr. Laura's show, Joe and Mac, Randy Rhoads, and Phil Henry?
Wait a minute. Let's slow down.
Okay.
What's my opinion of the following based on what? Dr. Laura
your
is
contemporaries.
Dr. Laura, well, first of all, she's not a contemporary. She's just an evil bitch. You saw how long her TV show lasted? About 5 minutes?
Right.
She's just an evil, hateful, right-wing bitch and don't belong on the air. Now, who are the other ones?
Joe and Mac, Randy Rhoads, and Phil Henry.
Joe and Mac?
Yeah. Joe and Mark, I'm sorry.
Joe and Mark overnight? I don't hear their show.
Really?
I'm hoping they're doing well. Randy is, to me, she's lost it. She's just lost it. She's become a political, maven, and she's a political expert and going to change the world. And I started doing that for a few months, and I decided, hey, it ain't going to happen.
And Phil.
Phil's great. Phil's unique.
And what was the last great movie you saw that really touched your bones?
That touched my bone?
Yeah, I mean your emotions. That really.
Let me think about it, okay? Get that other call. It could be Ed McMahon. Get the other call. Let me think about that. What was the last great movie I saw?
That one with John Travolta.
No, that wasn't a great movie. It was a pretty good movie. What was it called?
I don't know.
And how come I hear this echo now? Is that on that phone line or what?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. What just happened with the phones?
I have no idea. Everybody dropped out at once.
No, they didn't drop out at once, Carlos. I know you're a new kid on the block, but they didn't just drop out at once, okay?
That's what I meant.
Oh, brother, here we go again. More QAM incompetence, all right? This is another thing we have to deal with. It's not on this end, folks. Everything. See, that's the thing that amazes me. It shouldn't amaze the audience because they've heard me bitch about it for so many years. But here I am sitting in Toronto. I have this nice little studio they built up here. It's everything you could want and then some. It's almost perfect. And every time we have a technical screw-up, is it on this end? No. Everything's working here just fine. Every single time, it's on that end.
No evil gremlins in the other studio doing anything with the phone, by the way.
No, it's just you had a brain fart. Or more likely, didn't I tell you on that one call it sounded like our old Bell South business again? That's what it sounded like to me. Nobody will ever, not that I'm paranoid, you understand, but nobody will ever convince me that we don't have people at the phone company that dick with our phone lines. Nobody will ever convince me of that. Now, you've been doing a show like, the fill-ins in the summers for 3 years now. What do you think?
I think Bell South hates us.
Yeah, I would say so. Hey, and by the way, if you're listening, Spiro Canton, we're on to you, okay? You're not fooling anybody. Spirius Canton, whatever the hell your name is. What's his name? Specious Canton?
And my internet at home is still screwed up.
Yeah, and his internet at home is still all screwed up thanks to Bell South, okay? Spiro, Anus, whatever the hell your name is. You ought to go back to channel 6 or 4, whatever the hell you were on. You notice how all these guys, they come out of being flunky reporters at some TV station, and then they become like, spokesmen for the police. Or how about like our good buddy there, Juan Mendieta? How about him? The parrot on Mayor Pinga Pequeña's shoulder. Brother. What a bitter disappointment he turned out to be, huh? But you know what? If he's making a few bucks, more power to him. Don't you think?
Yeah, more power to him.
No, come on, stop being such a hard ass, will you? It's all about the money. Just give me the money. Look at this stinking place we're in. You just got that big fat new contract. What are you bitching about? I don't know. It didn't come through yet?
No.
Well, call up Norma. Maybe she's taking a 10-minute break from her fag magazine over there and for writing with her boyfriend who does that silly show on Sunday mornings, that fag radio show. Maybe she's taking a little break from that between fantasy baseball. Like I said, boy, that guy that called about Saul Fusti that day brought tears to my eyes. That could have been a contender. I could have been on the air 8 million radio stations. I could have been making millions and millions and millions and trillions of dollars. I could have been like a real force, a real major mover and shaker and quaker.
Instead of a bum.
Instead of just a piece of crap. On WQAM in Miami, with a bunch of management people running around who can't even control that silly old man with a bad hairpiece and a colostomy bag. That's the thing that really frosts my ass. They can't get control. Just when you think they got control, everything busts loose. That bag flops wide open, and you got crap all over the place. Like this morning. 3 hours, or at least when I heard of it, an hour and a half, and I'm sure it was a lot more than that. How long did that go on, Carlos, till you got there?
I'm sorry, say that again?
The conversation about that very major story about the radio station in Portland, Oregon, was that still going on by the time you got to work?
Yeah. Well, they mentioned it like one more time.
Yeah.
But mostly it was the Augusta thing.
So in other words, we had at least an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, about a story that was about as big as your pubic hair. Just to prove the point, just to keep the pot boiling about this racist, nasty, miserable son of a bitch that's doing middays here on QAM. And like I said, get that check in the mail. 11:13 at 560 WQM. There's never been a better time than right this moment as I'm speaking to buy you a new home or refinance your existing home. How about this? How about a rate of 3.95%? Sounds good to me. Financial Group can offer you an unprecedented 3.95%, and all you have to do is make one easy phone call. Call Financial Group 63. The money you're going to save is absolutely incredible. That's what it is. You get a $100,000 loan, pay only $450 a month. Get yourself a $200,000 loan and pay only $950 a month. The process is simple, and you're going to save yourself a crap load of cash every year. So call our good buddies at Financial Group at 1-800-940-LEND, and after you talk to them, I'm sure you'll say, hell yes, that's a great idea. There's never been a better time to get you a low interest rate than right now, so call Financial Group, and you'll be on your way to saving a crap load of money, like I just said only moments ago. Financial Group is an equal housing lender. Credit restrictions do apply, and rates are subject to change, so call them now toll-free, 1-800-940-LEND. That's 1-800-940-5363.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
Fact in the church.
Ladies and gentlemen, if I could offer only one tip for the future, act strange and people will leave you alone. The rest of my advice has no basis more reliable than my own meandering experience. Put a slinky around your neck and try to walk downstairs backwards head first. Sit naked in a large bowl of Rice Krispies and sing Feelings while the kernels go snap, crackle, and pop. Go up to a ticket booth and try to stick your head through the hole where they say how much. Lick a stranger. Tell them you're from Bosnia and your country, it's a sign of respect. Take lots of pills. One of them might work. Occasionally ask a stranger if they've heard anything from Lewis. Be annoying. During an IRS audit, staple the guy's hand to his desk. Moon a funeral. Play go fetch with a seeing-eye dog while he's working. Run naked through a mall yelling, "Killer bees! Killer bees!" Say the word titty without smiling. Try to figure out who said Pauly Shore should star in movies. Don't be surprised if it's the same guy who said John Gacy should work with kids. Ask an old lady if you can carry her groceries and try to make a run for it. Disappear for great lengths of time. Try to touch your forehead with your tongue. It may not work, but many women will appreciate the effort. At a high school reunion, tell your old English teacher that your dog's still eating your homework. Ask Mark McGuire if he'll take $1 million for one of his balls. Try to find the secret to Carrot Top's success. Understand your conception was an accident, that your parents got wasted and wanted a few more laughs before they passed out. Try not to lose your finger in your nose. Pick up Bob Costas and toss him on the lawn next door. Go on a car trip with Bob Costas and force him to stay in his car seat. Try to dribble Bob Costas. Ask all your friends and family for forgiveness. Knowing you've done some crap that's really pissed them off. Wish no ill will to anyone. Unless you don't like them, then screw them, they're on their own. Realize anyone who says they're completely happy are completely full of crap. Ask a Hell's Angel if he's a woman, or has he always walked like that? Understand that there are bad people in the world, and you may just be one of them. Sniff an old lady. Imagine Gomer Pyle in a gay bar trying to get lucky. Do this without laughing. Find what's left of your innocence. Understand it, embrace it, protect it, and every so often, take it out for a nice nosh. Care enough not to care. Hum while you eat. Act strange, and people will leave you alone.
11:21 at 560. By request from Chronic Teddy. Oh, man, is he a chronic faxer or what?
What?
5670560, pound 560. Well, he wanted to hear that, and I figure maybe if I'll play it, it'll restrain his faxes for a day or two. He's okay. He means well. He just has no life. Here's Weston. Hello.
Bell South hates you, Neil.
No kidding.
We're all sitting on hold and everything just disappears, but as you said, someone's tinkering with your lines.
They're dicking with it, yeah.
Let me ask you a question. Is Mo Howard, David, is he white or is he black?
As white as the fallen snow.
Oh, because all the billboards around town, I just haven't quite seen his picture yet.
Yeah.
One other question here. I'm getting married to a Jewish girl, and I want you to teach me a couple of those famous Jewish words.
Such as...
Oi!
Yeah. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Oh, man. Have these people got the good crap today or what? You know something, Neil? You made the good move getting those calls back. Even little Tommy Jicker may write about that someday, but I doubt it.
Sorry I was sucking your ass about that all those months.
Oh, brother. I mean, these calls today, especially of all days when you think that maybe somebody might bring something to the table, on the day when all this fur is flying, all this crap is going on. And it's the same old crap. Because like I've told you before, anything that I'm talking about, now yesterday we did have, the only thing that got him going was that Augusta thing. All those macho men calling in. And now that I think about it, we did mention Mo in regard to that. I mentioned a couple of times the fact that, but not just him. I didn't just single him out. All the sports nerds on this radio station, oh, well, you know, those pain-in-the-ass women and all these militant women's groups. It's got nothing to do with militant or not. And it's got nothing to do with whether they got more important things to be working on or not. It has to do with discrimination, and it has to do with a place that's blatantly discriminatory being promoted by a major news network. But the New York Times is right. If Tiger Woods just said, I believe women should be admitted, and go a step further and say, and unless they have one woman member by April, I'm not playing next year. That's all he'd have to say. By noon, they'd sign up a woman today. They'd have a member. By noon. Right. You could bet your life on it. Who'd he be kissing her ass? He'd be kissing her hooters. And probably liking it, too. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon wireless line. Here's Hialeah. Hello. How do we know that every time it says Hialeah? Every time. Here's Kendall. Hello.
Your ego's out of control.
Again.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Back again.
He gets a ringer to get past Chuck, by the way.
I see. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T, but he likes you a lot.
Oh, yeah.
That's the important thing. Here's Miami. Hello.
Hey, how you doing, Neil?
Okay.
You know what the problem with those women golfers is? That they're all ugly looking and dykey looking. If they were hot chicks in thongs or something, they would be admitted immediately.
They'd be welcome with open arms and legs.
Yeah, you've seen any of those women playing golf? Man,
Yeah.
they're ugly as hell.
Dykes.
Yeah. This bit you were playing before to open the show with Mo, man, that was outstanding. I need to hear that again today, man, sometime.
Which one? We've only got about it. Which one?
The first one, the one you opened the show with. I hadn't heard that one before.
Oh, the bomb. Dropping the bomb?
Yeah, that one was good.
Okay, you got it.
Okay, thanks, Neil. Have a good
day. 5670560, pound 560 on the 18. We'll include that in our medley between noon and 1 of a whole bunch of wonderful stuff we're going to be playing. Huh? Like I said, no more chances, okay? We gave you 700 chances, at least I did anyway. I can't speak for anybody else. I gave you all the chances in the world. I'm sure far too many. Far too many. Ease back, give the guy a little bit of space. Oh, he understands it now. He's playing with the thing. You sloppy dresser. Have a little bit of fun. Great. But the comeback is always the same thing. Always the same thing. This man is obsessed with proving to the world, including everybody and their brother who don't even listen to this show or this radio station, that we got a guy in midday who's a racist, and that the U of M ought to be pissed off, and the Dolphins next day ought to be pissed off, and the Hurricanes ought to be pissed off, and who else? And the Panthers ought to be pissed off. That's just what they need, is get the Panthers pissed off. Okay,
yeah, we're always talking about those frogs.
And how about Pompano Park? And they should be pissed off. And Reverend Jones, he should be pissed off too. He should be so upset he should turn that damn baseball cap around, just ass backward. Although Dick Feinberg said he already did. 26 after 11 at 560. Just mark the date down on your calendar, November 20th, 2002. The day that the crap, we draw the line. Okay, just wait till we drop the bomb. You'll be smelling it for 6 months, okay? We're going to get Fat Boy, Josh Friedman, Fat Rich, and Engineering Julio to drop una bomba grande right outside that studio about 5:45 tomorrow morning. Just wait. You ain't smelled nothing yet. Speaking of a mess, how about Dry Concepts? How they'd like to come to your home and clean up even the worst-looking mess in the world, especially on your floor. If your carpets are looking nasty, maybe they don't even smell so good, well, guess what? You better get with it because it's already November 20. The holidays are coming, which means people are going to be coming to inspect your home. That's right. They're not just coming to, hang out with you and eat your meals and stuff like that. They're going to be looking around because anytime guests, especially relatives, come in, they check everything out. Inside and out, upside and down. And if you want your carpets looking and smelling just like brand new, Dry Concepts will do it for you. Check out their website, dryconcepts.com, and read about how they do it. It's an exclusive patented dry cleaning method whereby they suck out even the deep down dirt in the fibers of your carpets, which leaves them looking and smelling just like brand new. In fact, they smell lemony fresh when they get done with the job. In just a couple of hours, they're dry and you're ready to rock and roll again. And they also do an unbeatable job of cleaning your furniture and drapery, of spot dyeing, of fiber protection, carpet repairs, implant oriental rug service like you've never heard of before in your life, deodorization, and if you have a flood, complete water damage restoration too. Nobody does it better or at a fairer price, and you can be sure it's going to be a fair price because they give you a written guaranteed price before they even start doing the work. Tell them that old Neil told you to call. They'll understand because I've been using them in my home for over 20 years. Dry Concepts. Call them toll free, 1-800-248-5071. That's 1-800-248-5071. Clean today, entertain tonight. Not just their slogan, it's their business at Dry Concepts.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAM.
Don't you go back to Canada, you Jew bastard.
It was the night before Christmas at the Soprano house. Not a creature was stirring. Not one friggin' mouse. The kids were nestled, all snug in their beds. Sleeping like big pussy, who I shot in the head. Went out in the driveway. There arose such a clatter. I called Furio to come see what the hell was the matter. He arrived with his guns out, ready to shoot, when he saw some fat bastard in a furry red suit. Whatever he was drinking. I mean, it must have been 90 proof. Hey, not for nothing, but he was climbing all over my roof. I figured this guy must be working for the feds. So I called up my crew to come whack this guy dead. Hey, Christopher, hey, Paulie, hey, Carmine, hey, Ralphie, yo, Bobby, yo, Silvio, yo, Vito, yo, Patsy. Get over here and shove this guy's head through the wall. And whack away, whack away, whack away all. He was coming down the chimney. We was about to do this fella when I heard something. Holy crap, it's Carmela. I said, go back to bed. What are you, about to act on this guy all neck? Then I gotta go look at him. It was all round and Alfie. She ain't gonna believe this when I tell Dr. Malfi. We was just getting ready to break both his knees. When I looked in his bag, what's this? A present for me? So I pulled off the wrapping. I said, hey, this is cool. It's just what I wanted. I'm gonna go.
What is that?
So hey, go.
Hello. I thought I heard one little glitch on air earlier, but now, what a bitch. It's a technical glitch. It's gotta be the disc, because I never played that before.
When you use them for plates.
No, there's no food on it. It's brand new. It just arrived yesterday, as a matter of fact, mister. It's brand new, and it must be defective. And that's a shame, because I like that cut.
That was funny. I was enjoying it.
Well, we'll try it again, maybe a little later on. Or maybe not. Or maybe off the air I'll try it. Let's see, here's a fact that says the more I think about it, the more it seems the lady from Boca has a point. There's absolutely nothing that Mo can do to hurt you emotionally because you let it all hang out. I can't think of one other person who has the balls to admit that they're an old, fat, balding, ugly Jew fag, not to mention admitting it to tens of thousands of people over the year. Mo can't poke fun at you because you've been poking fun at yourself for years to the amusement of us all. The fact that he gets his panties in a wad from your so-called shtick is simply a result of his own childish insecurities. Maybe if he paid more attention to growing up and less to feeding his own insatiably out-of-control ego, he might just finally understand the satirical comedy of your show contains. Then again, I don't believe there's a cure for hopeless sports holishness. Oh, I like that, sports holishness. P.S. Rick and Suds update. There is no Rick and Suds update. They're sitting on the beach. They could be doing a hell of a show. I guarantee you, I don't want to say on what station at what time, but they could be doing a hell of a show, Rick and Suds. Grammy-winning R&B singer D'Angelo had to be subdued with pepper spray after he resisted arrest on misdemeanor charges of aggressive driving and other counts, police said, in Richmond, Virginia.
Good.
Chesterfield police said they went to D'Angelo's suburban Richmond home after a confrontation he reportedly had with a woman at a gas station on Sunday. The singer, whose real name is Michael Eugene Archer, allegedly cursed at the woman and spit on her after he cut her off in his sport utility vehicle, police said. Yeah.
Oh, I just like a short one.
Oh. D'Angelo allegedly resisted police as they tried to arrest him Monday, had to be subdued with pepper spray. Major James B. Bork said, no relation to Ray Bork. And by the way, how about those Maple Leafs beating the Bruins last night? Oh! That's our win for this month. The 28-year-old singer was released on his own recognizance pending a January 15 appearance in Chesterfield General Court. He's also charged with assault, curse, and abuse. What is that? Curse and abuse, disorderly conduct, and resisting arrest, all misdemeanors, Bork said. 2 years ago, D'Angelo received a Grammy for Best Male R&B Vocal Performance for Untitled How Does It Feel in the album Voodoo, which also won a Grammy for Best R&B Album. How do you like that?
I like it.
Poor D'Angelo had a little bit of a...
I wish they'd have used the taser.
Here's a lady in Hollywood. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Hi, Neil. How are you today?
I'm doing fine.
I'm sick today. I have the stomach flu, so I won't be long. But I don't think women should be allowed into the... I mean, I'm a woman golfer. I'm not a weird-looking dyke or anything, but it's a big deal. Women have that golf club up in Toronto that they don't allow men in. I mean, what's the big deal?
They have a club that they don't allow men in?
Yeah, and it's a nice club.
Yeah. Is it televised by the CBC, their tournament?
I don't actually know.
Oh.
But,
see, that's the issue. That's what it's all about, whether the networks, whether sponsors ought to be subsidizing, and whether networks ought to be, endorsing tournaments that discriminate against anybody.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think, what's the big deal, you know? There's a lot of other more important stuff to worry about.
Well, okay, have a great day. Hope you feel better.
You too, thanks.
There's more important stuff to worry about. That's right, Rosa. Sit wherever you want on that bus. Or, in fact, go back in the back. We don't like that. I'm not buying that. There certainly are more important things, just like when Lee Elder got forced his way in there in 75. Sure, there were more important things back then, too. Especially 27 years ago. Can you imagine 75? Civil rights movement had just barely started a few years before that. Civil Rights Act wasn't passed till 64. So it would have been very easy to say to Lee Elder, hey, there's a lot more important things for you to be worried about than crashing your way there into the Masters.
You Negroes got your own clubs, don't you?
And matter of fact, look what they're showing on CNN right now. They're showing this tennis tournament with the Williams sisters.
Yes.
Now, suppose somebody over there at Wimbledon said, one of those blue-nosed Brits said, well, we're not going to let no dark folks in here. Huh? Any of you darkies, any of you Schwarzes play tennis. I don't think anybody would sit still for a moment. It certainly wouldn't be on television anywheres. It wouldn't be on the BBC. It wouldn't be on the CBC. It wouldn't be on the CBS or NBC or anybody else. That's the point. Got it?
Got it.
And let me also ask you, what the hell's such a big deal about golf anyway? Good golly. When are these people going to grow up already? Oh, but you don't understand. It's the longest continuing running tournament in the same place. Big deal. 5, 6, 7, all these macho men who listen to QAM, all these sports nerds, know nothing about hockey, which is a real sport for real men, a great sport. They know nothing about it, too stupid and lazy to learn about it. But golf, they know. Boy, what does that tell you about South Florida? Miami Springs, hello.
Yeah, there are major health clubs that advertise on national television that don't allow men in the health clubs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
That means that I should be allowed in those clubs.
Okay. And next time we see you in the tea room, too, get out of the ladies' room and get back in the men's room, okay, where you belong. Fine. See all the twisted arguments, the twisted, tortured illogic that people will use to make to justify their bigotry? And again, look at where we're talking about. Look at who we're talking about. Hootie Johnson and a bunch of blue-nosed southern rednecks. That's what we're talking about. Good old boys. We're not going to let no bitch in here over my dead body. You hear? We'll float them all the way down to Aintree if we have to. I'd like to know where Aintree is, like geographically, as juxtaposed Augusta. Work on that. Work on that, Carlos. Get the old Georgia map out. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon line. Here's Coconut Creek. Hello.
Hey.
Yes, sir.
Neil?
Barely hear you.
Can you hear me?
Oh. I hear you just like you're 100 million miles away.
Is that better?
There you go. When you speak in the phone, it works like
I had
magic.
the speakerphone on, so I
Don't do that.
I'm still laughing all the time, you know. You have a wonderful show. I don't care what these idiots say when they call.
Yeah.
Exactly. But a couple of items. That last fax that you read, that wasn't too terribly bad. There's something I missed there, but anyway, so So you did see this thing about Michael Jackson, right, hanging his little baby over
Yeah, we talked about that, sir, yeah.
Yeah, I know you talked about it, but, I mean, that's his way of changing the child's diaper, I suppose, on his fans, perhaps. Okay, but anyway, so next subject.
Please.
I know, I'm sorry, you're in trouble
Please.
with time.
Please.
Do you know who...
time's up. 20, well, he said we had a problem with time, didn't he? And just as I was starting to lean so far off to the right, my chair was going to fall down. I figured I'd better sit back upright again and take the break. 20 till noon at 560 WQM as the scintillating calls are back. Oh! Yeah, let's hear it. The calls are back. God dang it. Boy, that noon to 1 hour is going to be really special today, you know what? Just like that corn in Aintree. Sure is going to be special. Hey, I'll tell you, speaking of corn, I'll tell you a place where you find, you know what they have at the Emerald Coast? They have those baby corns. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Do. They're yummy.
I love those little baby corns and many of the Oriental delights there at the Emerald Coast Chinese Buffet. You want a place to pick out? This is it. 3 locations for you. They're in Sunrise, North Miami Beach, and the newest one in Pembroke Pines. 6 different delicious soups like wonton, and egg flour, egg drop, and hot and sour, and lots of others. And dozens of great entrees, not just Oriental delights, but all kinds of other good stuff too, including Oriental surf and turf on the weekends, New York strip steak made to your order at the Gourmet Center. That's a sizzling Asian grill featuring teriyaki steak, shrimp, chicken, seafood, hand-carved prime rib. Like I said, cooked to your order. And the Emerald Coast Buffet always promotes healthy living and cooking because they don't use any cholesterol oils. You know what I'm talking about, those fatty oils?
Yes, indeed.
None of that. They don't use any MSG, no cornstarch, no crap. And the buffet features a full salad bar, a new sushi bar, fresh shrimp cocktail, and if you have any room left in a meal at the end, a gigantic dessert bar with pies, cakes, pastries, ice cream with all your favorite toppings, and fresh fruit. They even be having watermelon. Be sure and spit out the seeds. It's an unforgettable feast at the Emerald Coast. They're in Sunrise, Pine Island at 44th Street, on Collins Avenue just north of 163rd in North Miami Beach, and at the intersection of Flamingo and Pembroke Roads in Pembroke Pines. Emerald Coast accepts reservations, takeout and delivery available as well. Call 954-572-3822. That's 954-572-3822, and look for the new Oriental chicken salad too as part of that gigantic Emerald Coast humongous buffet.
Live and local. This is 560. The radio's all yours now. KUGN.
My God, your breaths are beautiful.
I think my favorite call today was that guy that's marrying some Jew broad that wants me to teach him a couple of Yiddish words. He was good.
Cornish Telfin.
11:46. There's 2 for you from that little spick. 11:46 at 560 WQM. We got our big noon to 1 comedy bit hour. It's Wednesday. It's Hump Day, man. Then we got the Mad Dog at 1. Hank at 3 with 4 full unencumbered hours, just the way we like him, without those stupid asshole guests in there. God. Shitco Panther preview at 7. The Panthers and the Islanders from the Sunrise, Office Depot, Macarena, what else it is? Whatever it is. 7:30. Eddie K from GA after the hockey game and Joe and Mark overnight. That guy that was calling me asking me about all these different, what was that all about?
That was about trying to stay awake.
Oh.
Are you sure?
I'm positive. Here's a call from Homestead. Hello.
Neil, how's it going?
Great.
Hey, real quick question for you. I know you still smoke cigars, right?
No, I do not.
You don't anymore?
No, they were tearing my guts up.
All right. Well, have you ever heard of that brand that's called the Acid? Serious. It's an acid cigar.
No.
Well, there's supposed
an
to be...
asshole cigar?
No, acid. Well, they have those too, but acid.
Flaccid.
ACID.
Flaccid cigar?
Acid.
ASS.
ACID.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, there's a brand out there called Acid Cigars. I thought.
Well, what's the deal with them? What are they all about?
Well, they're rolled with like different herbs and oils and stuff, and it reminds me of like patootie oil and stuff.
Huh? You put it up your patootie?
I guess you do. And then last thing is, the juice is on the loose, spotted at Costco and Kendall, and he's got those corn rolls in his hair now.
Boy!
Oh! Woo! I take back. My favorite call was that one. Emmental Swiss. I'm having a little piece of Swiss cheese now. Is that okay?
Sure. Want some Swiss cheese music?
I'm re-examining my entire approach to life. I really am. I was going to come back down there when I come back in a couple of months, and I was going to walk into the bullpen there with my big Hawaiian shirt on that they sent me from Pompano Park, you know. Wave to Mo and Geldy in there. You know what I'm saying? With a little like a humor in it. There ain't no more humor, okay? I might actually put that shirt on and come to work in it that day, and also stand in the bullpen right there at about 7 o'clock in the morning and flip them both the bird. Because that's my sentiments exactly.
The bird of paradise?
The bird of paradise, and I'll be wearing the shirt of paradise, so it kind of fits in, you know what I'm saying? With that great Hawaiian music you were just playing. Perfect. Cut it. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T line. Here's Miami. Hello.
John.
Yeah. You know, we're going to have to take care of him, Eddie. What's his name again? Steve what?
Steve McGowan of the Bechtel Corporation.
Steve McGowan of the Bechtel Corporation, which we're going to start posting their number on our website. We're going to start like sending people over there to see what kind of business they really do, because this guy is just, you know, a little over the top. We don't mind a little bit of frivolity, okay? But this guy is so far beyond. In fact, maybe we can get him and Dennis in a rubber room together because they get a package deal. Talk about two guys that need help. Real help. Eddie, Steve, whatever your name is this week. Chambalaya. 5670560, pound 560 on the AT&T and Verizon line. Here's Boca. Hello.
Good morning, Neil.
Yes, sir.
A little concerned about our friend Mike Keenan. He seems to be losing his mind with the referees in the NHL. What's going on? How come we don't have Ole Jokinen, or someone doesn't have at least an A on the jersey so they can argue with a referee without getting a penalty?
I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I watched very little of the Panthers. I saw, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes. I was watching the Leafs game last night, which they actually won a game.
Yeah, they beat my Bruins. I know.
But you know, watching the Panthers, I hate to say this because they've actually got, 19 points now? They're a lot, in the standings, they're better off than a lot of us thought they would be. But keep in mind, most of their games have been against girls' teams.
That's right.
Including the Leafs.
Right. And half their games they're like, you know, the problem is Jokinen got a penalty the other night because he's discussing a call with a referee, and they gave him a unsportsmanlike penalty because he didn't have a C on his jersey.
Yeah.
And then Keenan gets one, a bench minor, because he's not supposed to be talking to the referees.
Well, I'll tell you, I watched Columbus the other night, a little bit of their game, which they wound up blowing the lead against Dallas. They got a point out of it. But I watched Ray Whitney score their second goal the other night. He's got the C on a uniform, and I sure wish we had him back here.
You know what? That was my second point. If nothing else, there isn't anybody. I don't think they can give Ozelinch a C on his jersey, but how about ownership should realize that maybe they need to bring back someone that was here. They can put that on like a Stu Barnes or a Whitney or.
But they're not getting those people back. There isn't any chance.
Well, we need somebody with a C on our jersey. How many teams don't have one yet?
Okay, good luck to us, pal.
All right, thank you.
Okay, let's get that C out there. That'll do it, eh? You think it'll do it?
No.
I don't think so. There was a hockey call. Uh-oh. Hockey, hockey, hockey. That's what Bob Green said. Look at this thing. Wow. Oh, and you see what's from? I just threw it away.
Yeah.
Jeff High's friend. No. What?
Nothing. I tried for him.
No, it's a very long. Why? You think I should read this? Is it entertaining?
No, yeah, whatever.
No, it's from Jeff High's friend David. Get a life. There's so many of you people out there. You got to stop. You have to stop. I can't handle it anymore.
I mean, I throw like 10 a day away from him anyway.
I have no life. I have no life. I have no life. I have no life.
If the audience could see how long this fax is, all typed up in small type, no less, so the whole page, there must be 80 million words on here. And he signs it, Jeff High's friend David, which is guaranteed that as soon as I see who wrote it, I'm not going to read it. Get a life, you idiot.
I have no life.
You simpleton.
I have no life.
You chubby chaser.
I have no life.
You jackass.
I have no life.
Get out of here. God damn it.
I have no life.
Yeah, we know that. Him and Dennis, and who was the other one? And Eddie.
Oh, yeah.
Steve, what's his name again?
Steve McGowan.
Steve McGowan.
And the fat Julio shut-in.
Oh, and the fat Julio shut-in that calls 14 times a day. You can dish it out, and that George is a spick. And every day, and he always kind of whispers, kind of like in a semi-whisper. Man, it's Retardo City, baby. Retardo City. And let me say one other thing. Here it is. It's almost noon. We've completed nearly 3 hours. I started the show this morning. I played the Ebonics graduate. I played the Marcy Gray thing. Have we had anybody who called this show? I'm not talking about calling in some other show to stab me in the back. Have we had anybody who called this show and said, you're a racist and those things you play are terrible? Anybody?
No.
No. Not one! In fact, we did have the one woman who says sometimes I say things or play bits or whatever that offend her, and she turns it off for a couple minutes and then comes back. It's a free country. If you don't like it, turn it off. But this business of trying to misappropriate where people that you don't even know, that's what really fries my ass. This man knows me like we know him. For about 2 minutes. And all of a sudden he's an expert on where I'm coming from, and I disguise things under the guise of shtick. You're full of crap, Mo, okay? As a matter of fact, now that I think about it, you are crap. Crap on 2 legs. The party ends today. Draw a big line at 9. That's my new motto, okay? Draw a big line at 9. That's the dividing point. Because we're on remember that song, Two Different Worlds?
Yes.
Roger Williams and Jane Morgan? No, you don't.
Hey, it was Roger Williams. You used to have to play that.
On Cap Records. Two Different Worlds. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
Awful. Talk about oldies. Slushy and syrupy. We live in 2 different worlds.
Had to play Andy Williams, had to play all
Forget
that.
about Andy Williams, okay? He's minding his own business. He does that golf crap. Even Andy knows it's crap. Talking about golf. Oh, brother. We're getting ready to bomb Iraq. They're ready to turn loose whatever the hell kind of biological and chemical crap they got. And God only knows what kind of crap this lunatic we got up there in D.C. is going to turn loose. And we're talking about golf. We're talking about freaking golf. And we got a bunch of bulldykes trying to bust their way into Augusta. Like the guy said, I'm starting to turn on that, you know what? If that's the worst thing they have to be worried about, with all the kind of discrimination going on, with these poor women schlepping around the rest of the world with those burqas on, you know? These women getting circumcised, all this horrendous stuff that goes on. And they're trying to bust their way in there, a bunch of militant bulldykes. Now, have I sufficiently been on both sides of that?
Sure. Well, no.
Good.
You need to be on the other side a little more.
Oh. I say let him in. Here's Miami. Hello.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Good morning. Good afternoon, man. How you doing?
Good evening.
Thanks, Bill.
It's right on the border.
Yeah, I'm enjoying the show this morning. Yeah, the last time I spoke to you was, Elion. Golly gee.
Elion.
Yes, sir.
Oi!
How's Elion doing? He get his Happy Meal today yet or what?
Yeah. I love it when you rip Mo because he deserves it.
He does deserve it.
The thing that he do on this show, my God, and what he does to Mad Dog. But
now, let me ask you, are you a dark-complected person?
Well, yes, I am, sir.
And do you find this show offensive?
No, sir. I appreciate the humor. It's enlightenment throughout the course of the day.
Well, thank God for you, sir. If I had the money, I'd send you $1 million cash in the mail.
I appreciate it.
But instead, I'll say...
I'm sorry, sir?
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm sorry. I have a shameless request.
Yes.
The Mickey Mouse did?
You got it.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
And have a great day, and thanks for the suck job. How do you like that? There's a dark guy that likes this show. See, we don't have any complaints. That's the point. 26 and a half years in this market. The audience gets it. Even those people who might have been offended a year ago or 5 years ago or 10 years ago, now they get it. It's a radio show. Have a few laughs. The world is depressing. There's all kind of crap going on. Every day we got a yellow light and a orange light and a blue light and a red light. And we're trying to give the people a few laughs. And we got some craphead on legs that's wobbling around there with a leaky colostomy bag and a bad hairpiece trying to misinterpret what this show is all about for fun and profit and his own amusement because he's a hard ass. And I don't understand how sitting on a bag like that all those years, how can you still be a hard ass? Can you explain that to me? Draw me a diaphragm. While you're drawing it, let me tell you about Tom Lehman and my good friends at Hallett Pontiac GMC who are proud to announce the great Neil Rogers Neil Deal 0% sale. They love us at Tom Lehman at his place. Yeah, let's just put his name on it. Tom Lehman Pontiac. Forget about that Hallett stuff. You heard me right. With approved credit from GMAC, get 0 down payment and 0% financing on all 2002 and 2003 Pontiac and GMC models, plus 0 payments for 90 days. Or take a rebate at Hallett of up to $5,000. And as always, 0 hassles at Hallett Pontiac GMC. And don't forget to mention you heard about it here on the world-famous Neil Rogers Show. And when you mention the Neil Deal, you'll save even more. Check out the complete line of great GMC gas-guzzling SUVs, including the Envoy, voted by Motor Trend as SUV of the year, and the all-new Pontiac Vibe that's got the power of a nifty sports car. And they've got a humongous selection of dependable used cars, trucks, and SUVs. Somebody turns you down for credit, don't schlep all over town waiting for somebody to approve you. Head straight for Hallett because they'll cut you a deal. Right now it's the great Neil deal, 0% sale at Hallett Pontiac, 13401 South Dixie Highway. That's on US 1 right across the street from the prestigious Falls, open every day, 7 days a week. For more information, call the Neil Deal hotline, 1-888-534-4211. That's 1-888-534-4211 for Hallett Pontiac GMC, who insist on saying, and we have no idea why, we are professional grade.
We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
He called me Mr. Moose, and I've been visiting to the dwell to 1 hour.
Eisner?
Mr. Mouse?
What the hell are you doing to me?
What do you mean, sir?
Why am I reading in the paper you're going to put a Disney theme park in Brooklyn?
Well, sir, we're just scouting locations.
Jesus, I'm scouting CEOs. You are killing me.
But sir, look what we've done with New York City, Times Square, 42nd Street.
Hang on. Remus! Remus! Turn off the vacuum cleaner, Remus! Get that bluebird out of here!
Okay, boss.
Eisner.
But sir, look what we've done with Midtown Manhattan. 42nd Street is incredible.
You know what? Publicly I supported that, but you took all the porn away. You're killing me. I'm going through Gaviscon like Pez.
We're just scouting areas. Calm down.
Listen to me, Butt Munch. Don't tell me to calm down. We got lucky with Lilo and Stitch, $128 million. Now, you're trying to ruin the whole network. What kind of programming are you running? Hang on a minute. Remus!
Yeah,
you got bluebird crap all over your shoulder! Clean yourself up, for heaven's sake! And turn off the vacuum cleaner!
Okay, boss.
Good God!
Sir, the network is fine.
Why couldn't you come up with American Idol? Good God, you're still running James Bond movies. They're 60 years old. Why don't you just put Steamboat Willie on and be done with it? At least then I'd make a couple of damn dollars.
Well, the movie division's fine. You mentioned Lilo and Stitch, and now we have the new M. Night Shyamalan movie coming out later this summer.
I know signs. What the hell does that mean? Stop sign, yield sign? You gotta start swinging some of these titles past me.
Please.
Remus. Remus.
Can't hear you, boss.
I know you can't hear me, Remus. You're still running the vacuum cleaner.
Yes, I'm right, boss. I'm running the vacuum.
Get out of here, Remus, and take that bluebird with you.
All right.
Eisner.
Yes, sir?
I'd be very careful the next time I started my car if I were you.
What do you mean, sir?
I'm about done with you.
What?
About done.
What, sir?
I'll put Hannah Storm in your job.
But, sir,
You're terrible.
I'm sorry.
Maybe I'll put Remus in there. How'd you like to be president of Disney, Remus?
Oh, my.
What a wonderful day. Get out of here, you nutbag.
I believe we're ready now, nurse.
Congratulations, Mr. Jackson. Here's your new baby boy. Would you prefer paper or plastic?
Plastic, please. I can't wait to get you home, Shaman, and show you your new pacifier. You're my petri dish, baby. What a lovely way to perpetuate my pedophilia. A petri dish, baby. Shaman, you won't need a crib, 'cause I'll cuddle up close to feel ya. Oh, I want you to hold me. Oh, to fondle and grope me. You'll get all you're deserving. My love will be unswerving until you reach 13. You're my petri dish, baby. Come on, sit on Daddy's lap. He has a game to play with you. Daddy wants you to find the magic prunes. Oh, Shaman.
All right, welcome back to the dazzling spectacle of the Mohammed and David Show, where I work very, very hard to provide you with intellectual sport hole amusement. Shut up, you chocolate donut dunker. This is the big day when I drop the bomb.
boy, here comes the bomb.
Now, it's my understanding that those motherless homos down the hall don't know who I am, see? They think they got me licked.
Well, they did get you raped.
Shut your mouth.
No!
You know what you gotta do now, don't you?
Kiss your ass?
There you go. Kiss it.
Which bone?
Any of them. Now, kiss it.
Okay.
All right. Now, where was we?
Dropping the bomb. Stop!
Oh, yeah. Well, actually, I got two bombs, you see.
Yeah.
As I like to call them, little boy and big boy. Just like the bombs that wiped out all them yips and slopes. Those bums think they got one over on me? Why, I'll show them.
Okay.
All right, here's the first one. As it turns out, George ain't the only lover named George at this square hat over here.
No?
No. You see, she has an affinity to guys named George.
Oh.
Sure. And wait till you hear this. Now, I got this from a highly trusted source. Okay. Give me some fanfare here, stupid. Our midday faggot friend had intimate affairs with George Maharis and George Nader.
Yeah?
Well, that's it. That's the bomb.
Oh.
You're so goddamn stupid. You know that?
Yeah.
Oh, you ain't heard nothing yet.
Okay.
Now, here's the big boy. It just so happens Howard Stein is a very close and personal friend of mine.
Yeah?
Why, certainly. He's even got as far as securing gourmands for me, like that Heather broad on Fox News.
Wow, really?
Hey, let me tell you, she gave me full service. Hot wax on the balls, the works.
So what about Howard, Bo?
Huh?
Howard.
I told you not to call me that. Anyway, as a favor to me, Mr. Stein is having his team of crack fit writers rip that crap out of that pipe smoker down there with their own comedic stylings. Yeah, like this one right here. Just to get things started. Roll it.
Neil Rogers and George are the spick and the queer, the spick and the queer, the spick and the queer. Lesbians, vaginas, and the penis size and balls. Penis size and balls. Lesbians, vaginas, penis size and balls. Lesbians, Rogers and the spick and the queer. Lesbians, vaginas, and penis size and balls.
Funny, huh? That ought to fix their ass.
Yeah.
Listen, you. Kiss the other bone of my ass. That's right.
Okay.
Now move the bag out of the way. That's better. Here's your bonus, you dumb bastard.
Oh, well, bless my soul, what's wrong with Lisa Marie? Now we got a pervert up the family tree. Yeah. Spinning in my grave and I'm about to throw up. I'd kick his ass if I could get dug up. Yeah. Oh, well, my legs are rotted and my arms fell off. So cold in the grave, I got a nasty cough. The king of pop's popping my buttercup. I bust his ass if I could get dug up. Yeah. Well, I'll break his jaw and give him two black eyes. His nose will swell to its original size. I bleach his skin till he's all gone. I'll bend him over while the chimp looks on. So do me a favor if you love me. Bring a backhoe to the cemetery. There's a llama-loving pedophile I gotta beat up, but I can't unless I get dug up. Yeah, somebody dig me up.
No one embodies the holiday spirit better than Gordon Lightfoot. Really? You bet. And now, Gordon Lightfoot takes his best-known song, The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, and gift wraps it around your favorite carols to create his new holiday album, Gordon Lightfoot Sings Christmas.
You better watch out and you better not cry. You better not pout, I'm telling you why.
Yes, Gordon Lightfoot is coming to town with a sleigh load of songs like this.
On the first day of Christmas, my true love gave to me a partridge in a pear tree.
It's Gordon Lightfoot Sings Christmas, and you'll want to beat him like a drum when you hear his rendition of The Little Drummer Boy.
Oh, come, they told me, pum-pum-pum-pum, a newborn king to see, pum-pum-pum-pum.
Gordon Lightfoot has compiled the holiday music collection you'll wish would sink to the bottom of Lake Superior.
Deck the halls with boughs of holly, la 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 la.
Your friends and family will pray for a silent night when you put on Gordon Lightfoot Sinks Christmas.
I told you he's the best, didn't I?
Yeah, that's what you said.
And he's Canadian, and he's still alive.
Oh!
Gordon Lightfoot. They can't get rid of him. Here's a recipe for Italian wedding soup from our good close friend Rich Pachter. Thanks a lot, Rich. Well, I tell you, that cheese really did it for me, you know. I feel so much better now. Got a little energy back. Speaking of eating, Thanksgiving's coming in just a matter of days. Everybody flocking home to be together again. Gathered around the table with delicious homemade food and family traditions. After all, it's not the turkey that makes the meal special, it's the people. Getting ready for the hungry guest can be a real pain in the ass, especially if they're staying overnight. If you're having a house full for Thanksgiving, let Dial Mattress make your holiday preparations a little bit easier. Now's the time to call 1-800-MATTRESS and get that new mattress in before house guests get there. If they already told you they're coming, or if you don't hear from them until the night before, Dial Mattress can deliver a top-quality Sealy, Serta, Simmons, or King Coil mattress the very same day. I've been sleeping on a Dial Mattress for years, and I'm still alive. How do you like that? So call Dial Mattress right now, toll-free, 1-800-MATTRESS. Talk turkey with a bedding consultant to choose from the very best mattresses at even better prices. Rest easy along with the whole gang this Thanksgiving, knowing that everybody is sleeping comfortably. Get ready for the holidays right now by calling Dial Mattress toll-free, and please be sure and tell them that Old Neil and Fat Boy told you to call, not necessarily in that order, 1-800-MATTRESS. That's 1-800-MATTRES for Dial Mattress, brand name bed, same-day service. Call them now and be sleeping like a baby tonight.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560, QAM.
Oh, God, Neil.
What are those on your feet?
Shoes.
What else?
Socks.
Spell it.
S-O-C-K-S.
You just said kiss my in Cantonese.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. Hey, what's that around your waist?
A belt.
Spell it.
B-E-L-T.
You just told someone to off in Zulu.
Oh, my.
And that's just one of the many techniques you'll learn with the National Profanics language cassette program. National Profanics can have you cursing in Spanish, French, Italian, German, and a host of other languages in just a few weeks. So call 1-800 you today, because the most important thing you'll need to know about other cultures is how to tell somebody off.
Hey, buddy. S-O-C-K-S.
You know, retirement just wasn't my style, so I began working nights down here as a janitor in this old office building. Yeah. Just to keep busy, I guess, because it pays below minimum wage. But anyway, oh, hey, there's the big cheese now. Hey, how you doing tonight? Hey, working kind of late, aren't you?
How you doing? Yeah, having a pretty tough night.
Yeah. Well, good night.
Night.
Yeah, you gonna watch the game tonight?
Yeah, I met across the street. Free pizza, beer night over there. I've had a pretty tough day. I thought I'd just watch the game with the fellas over at the bar.
Oh, yeah, well, I'm just gonna listen to it on this old radio here. The antenna's kind of shaky.
I'm thinking a big screen color TV over there. It's the best picture I've ever seen. Yeah, big screen color. Great picture.
I heard it is. Well, I'd sure like to be there. Well, you know, I got all my work done. And
oh, really? You're all done?
Yeah, you suppose maybe I could...
Well, I'll tell you what,
maybe I could
I got my BMW in the garage. I got a Blaputnik radio in there. I can pick up the...
You can drive me?
Anything. No. I'll give you my car keys. Why don't you clean out my car? I got a wicked stain in the back seat. Yeah, I've got some stuff in the trunk you can clean it up with. Simonize it. I'll be back in about 2 hours, and maybe I'll bring you a piece of pizza. Okay, Dad? Well, Dad, listen, thanks a lot. Here are my keys, and be careful not to scratch the car, and I'll be back in about 2 hours.
2 hours?
Yeah, I gotta watch.
You're not gonna bring... Why, you ungrateful... Esther said you were a worthless sucking son of a... Hell, you can't be my son. Nobody's that ungrateful. You breath... I'll take your stained BMW and run that mother right into the damn river. You worthless.
Nothing gets someone's attention like a good string of profanities.
Pig-faced.
This message brought to you by the National Cursing Foundation. And remember our motto, go yourself.
Condoleezza, Chevron Mooley. With your funky yellow teeth so far apart. Condoleezza, what you be doing? Get the old-fashioned like that token Schwarz's dog. Is you dead 'cause you a high-toned boot-lip Negro? Is you the blackie and your mammy who be smart? Does they like how you shine their shoes, Condoleezza? All the way you wash and park the whitest cars. Georgie Jr. said he trusts you, Condoleezza. To sell our allies on the greedy memorial wall. But then he'd make you clean all the White House bathrooms, the sink, the toilet, and then scrub the floor. They tell you don't wear sandals, Condolito. Your cold chip toenails make them wanna retch and pew. Your nappy leg hair look just like it be Velcro. The GOP want you to be their token stew. One day while you be flipping pancakes, you may realize that they're treating you just like your escarole. That's when your head will move from side to side, Condoleezza. Until Bush and Rummy, they be cracker assholes.
Don't like all the heartburn. Every time I see that retarded dimwit on my TV. He's President Dumb. Republicans muscled in, an inarticulate idiot. I don't know why they would want this guy, but now he's here. We're screwed the next 4 years with President Dumb. Oh, what I get to count votes once more and get who we all voted for. Lips thrumming, stupid geek. Mindless, drunk, and rich kid. He's even dumber than me. He's President Dumb. You don't care what it took. You got him in by hook or crook. The Christian right knows what's best for you and I, but have no fear. We've got a great leader here with President Dumb. President Dumb.
Cuckoo, baby, let's turn this mother out. Puff the Magic Rapper is on my TV. No one heard of him before, or his name is Puff Daddy. I said that's Puff the Magic Rapper, won't be here that long. Not unless he learns to sing or to write a friggin' song. I said Puff the Magic Rapper is all over MTV. Only because someone shot Notorious B.I.G. That fat guy, maybe someone should tell him making it this way is wrong. Picking at your dead best friends, decaying flesh and bone. Snoop Doggy Doggy Dog on the ball track.
Don't look. Oh, Jeff, is that you in there?
Yeah. Hiya, Pally. I'm making.
That you, Greg? Why, yes. Dapper as always in the finest of menswear. I hope you don't mind if I borrow the adjacent stall.
What are you doing in the staff toilet?
Oh, I was in the area. No time to waste, you know. So, what's new, hi boy?
I'm fat.
Yes, yes.
Are we really up for sale, Greg?
Say, how about them dolphins?
Yeah. I guess it's true what they say.
And what's that?
Your doo-doo doesn't stink.
Why, of course. Always a delightful aromatic bouquet with the freshness of morning dew. Each drop sliced with cigar cutter perfection to the shape of a Hershey's kiss.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, that Mo Davis is doing a wonderful job, don't you think? That forced Brooklynese makes him sound so knowledgeable. Wouldn't you say? Well, gotta go. Bye.
12:25 at 560 QM. Here's an interesting fact about our friend Steve, what's his name again?
McGowan.
Steve McGowan from Bexell. Says, I know him. He rents high-end professional video equipment like video color correctors and time-based correctors. He's a rich, spoiled asshole. The only reason his company is still in business is that he's the only one in Miami who has the money to buy this stuff. Every other company that rents this type of equipment in a real media center like New York and L.A., these items cost. He plays in his little sandbox all day, which is why he has time to bug you. Love the bits, it says, and Mo blows. How do you like that?
I like it.
So there's a little bit of insight into our good friend Steve McGowan from Bexell, who's on this show at about half a dozen different voices, giving us a bunch of crap.
So Boca Brian's here.
Yeah?
And there's a bit I can't wait to hear.
Oh, so it's coming up right after the break?
Yes.
And what is it called?
Fagadorn and Ginger.
All right.
All right.
Right after the break. 12:26 at 560 WQM. Speaking of,
all right.
Mad Dog at 1. Let's face it, you've been hearing about Fast Train for a long time, wondered if it makes sense for you. Well, the facts are very simple, even simpler than many of you. If you have the dedication, Fast Train can provide you with all the necessary training to become a certified computer professional. According to Time Magazine, the demand for computer professionals is going to continue to explode like crazy. Their average student completes the training in just 4 short months, which means you can be working in a great new job before spring, and you attend school just 3 nights a week. Once you complete your certification, Fast Train can help you out in obtaining a new computer job, and Fast Train invites you to come in and visit our trained career counselor and determine which track is ideal for you. Is it Batavia Downs? Maybe Jackson Harness Raceway? Maybe the Saginaw? Call Fast Train toll-free or maybe Sports Creek at 1-866-FAST-TRAIN to set up an appointment. With 4 convenient locations, there is bound to be a Fast Train right nearby you. They're in Kendall, Miami, Pembroke Pines, and Fort Lauderdale. And remember to ask the career counselor for listed students just like yourself who are currently in their dream jobs making some serious bucks thanks to the training they got at Fast Train. Call them right now. There's no obligation to get out of that dead-end job. Call Fast Train at 866-FAST-TRAIN. That's 1-866-FAST-TRAIN.
Live and local. We're Sports Radio 560 QAM.
For the angry puppy. So for the finest in online casino gambling, call 1-800-CARL-BETS. Remember him? Donna Reed, Judd for the fence.
You're so old.
Old, huh? See that there? I'm still spry. Now listen up, boy. Remember that bomb I dropped on them 2 Malfeasy toy burglars over there?
Yeah, you sure showed them.
Showed them what?
Something.
Yeah, but I ain't through with them yet, see? It just so happens I got another bomb to drop.
Like this?
No, not that kind of bomb, you moron.
No!
This was even bigger than before.
Okay, what is it?
Well, as you knew, Ginger Rogers does her show up in Canada.
Eh?
Yeah, but what you don't know is Ginger flies his lover, that Fagadorn, up there every weekend. Yeah, for hot gay sex.
No.
Yeah. And another thing, don't believe what you hear in the air. Them 2 have been grabbing each other's tea bags for years now.
Boy, that's some bomb.
Now, you ain't through yet, stupid. Now, I paid a great deal of money to a fellow staff member who loves and admires me to leave Ginger's pot open last weekend, you see?
Oh.
What you're about to hear is that pipe-smoking Ginger Rogers and that trained monkey Fagadadon dancing together in a romantic embrace.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That sounds like it's real good.
Shut up and listen.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Turn, 1.
Couple of girls here.
That's them.
Having a girl's night out.
1, 2, 3. Now you've got it. They sound
I
weird.
bet he thinks Fagadadon is pretty. Listen to that. They sure are sweet on each other, aren't they?
My socks are wet.
Oh, doctor.
Your bag, Mo.
Oh, doctor, here.
It's overflowing.
Open up my wig.
Dad. Oh, it won't stop.
I got to put on. Lost his horses, stop.
Stop here. Oh, I can't
swear. Not so long ago, I can still remember a movie about a guy who humped a pie.
All right.
And I knew if I had the chance that I'd unbuckle and drop my pants. And maybe I thought I would give this a try. But oh, those cherries made me quiver with every pump that I delivered. Bad news if I got caught. I didn't give it much thought. Dad walked in and I nearly died till he whipped it out and stood by my side. Maybe that's something they should try in the new American Pie.
Pharrell and Jim Rome making passionate, manly love.
Finger on my ball. What? Oh, I love it when you put your finger on my ball. Okay. You have a smooth butt, you know that? Oh, thank you. I love your smooth butt. Yeah. I'm gonna stab you. Where my mail? Turn around. Bend over. Okay. That's it. Yep. No. Macho man. Oh, do I like a macho sportsman? I'm a macho sportsman. I'm a macho sportsman. I'm a macho sportsman. I'm a macho sportsman. I gotta do my show.
There was an old farmer who lived on a rock. He sat in the meadow just shaking his fist at some boys who were down by the creek. Their feet in the water, their hands on their marbles and playthings, and at 4:30 there came a young lady. She looked like a pretty young creature. She sat on the grass. She pulled up her dress and she showed them her ruffles and laces and white fluffy duck. She said she was learning a new way to bring up her children so they would not spit, while the boys in the barnyard were shoveling refuse and litter from yesterday's hunt, while the girl in the meadow was rubbing her eyes at the fellow down by the dock. He looked like a man with a sizable home in the country with a big fence out front. If he asked her politely, she'd show him her little pet dog who was subject to fits. And maybe she'd let him grab hold of her small tender hands with a movement so quick. And then she'd bend over and suck on his candy so tasty made of butterscotch. And then he spread whipped cream all over her cookies that she had left out on her shelf. If you think this is dirty, you can go yourself.
He started out a regular guy who joined the erectory.
and made the ultimate sacrifice, embracing celibacy. Father O'Toole, amen. Bum, holding fool.
Rectum.
Father O'Toole, altering boys, amen. As time went by, his earthly needs compromised his choice. He found a way to get relief by altering young boys. Father O'Toole, amen. Bum, holding fool. Father O'Toole, altering boys, amen. He was happy and gay till he got caught by some tattletale. Then the Vatican paid everyone off and he didn't have to go to jail. Father O'Toole, amen. Bum, holding fool. Father O'Toole, altering boys, amen. They sent him to a priest retreat where they genuflect and pray. If it was you or it was me, they'd lock us up and throw the keys away. Father O'Toole, amen. Bum, holding fool. Father O'Toole, altering boys, amen. Father O'Toole, amen. Bum, holding fool. Father O'Toole, amen.
Boy, this hour's doing it for me, I'll tell you. I'm getting like modestly firm. 22 till 1 at 560 WQAM. Hey, we all have different products, speaking of that, to be in the pink of good health. And Oleomed Mediterranean formulas can help just about everybody because these are advanced combinations of pharmaceutical-grade olive oil combined with good stuff. Vitamins, minerals, herbals, other nutrients, scientifically designed to provide natural nutrition solutions to help you support specific health needs. Look for Oleomed's 3 new formulas. They have one to help you sleep, one to help you control your weight, and CoQ10, all using the benefits of the purest, the finest olive oil on the face of the globe. Oleomed is a great new product. If you'd like to pick some up, you can do it right now. Just head off to your nearest Publix, Eckerd's, or Walgreens. Or if you want to get more information before you buy, call Oleomed toll-free at 1-866-OLEOMED. That's 1-866-653-6633. You can also order their products online if you like at oleomedamerica.com. And if you visit your nearest Publix and buy an Oleomed product in Dayton or Broward, you can get you a coupon for a free Larry Coker bobblehead doll while supplies last.
Oh!
Don't forget to visit their sampling pavilion at Sportstown every Sunday when the Dolphins are playing home games. Pick up free Oleomed samples and product information, and for good health, start popping some Oleomed in your puss real soon.
Live and local. This is Sports Radio 560. QAQAM.
Were you fudge packing?
The pub smokes dope. The pub smokes dope. God gave him the grass. The pub smokes dope. He likes to smoke in mass. The pub smokes dope. He's a groovy head. The pub smokes dope. The pub smokes dope. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Got him higher masculine. Taking higher back. Get thrown on grass, Jesus freaks out back. Jesus Christ is super hippie, never shut up junk. Popes and won't get thrown alone, priests in church get drunk. The Pope smokes dope, God give him the grass. The Pope smokes dope, he likes his smoking ass. The Pope smokes dope, he's a groovy header. The Pope smokes dope, the Pope smokes dope. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. A pail of water. Jill forgot to take a pill, now she's got a daughter. Taking pills is not a joke for a groovy pope. First and choking, Dia took a marijuana smoke. The Pope smokes dope. Oh! God gave him the grass. The Pope smokes dope. He likes his fucking ass. The Pope smokes dope. He's a groovy hander. The Pope smokes dope. The Pope smokes dope. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, oh yeah. The Pope is getting higher. The Pope is getting higher. The
And that's why I think the Jets will have a championship season.
The Jets?
And what did I tell you? You don't talk till I say you can talk.
This is the Beast.
I said, shut up, fatso.
But you're like a father to me.
You don't talk till I'm done talking. When I'm done talking, then you talk.
Okay, I'll...
Hey, Beast, come here.
What?
Come here. I want you to meet a friend of mine, Mr. Golf Club. Why, I ought to... I'm going to show you the business end of this thing. Come here. This court sentences you to 20 years in Oz. What'd you info? I tore a tag off my mattress. Looks like we'll be bunkmates. The name's Mohammed David. Star of stage screen in paradise. What's yours? Nico me coffee. You got so tan. Thank you. Hey, look at that. So powdered drill, honey. I'm going to make you my woman. Ain't nobody can stop it. God, Pinky.
All right, shower time. You got 10 minutes.
What else to be safe in here?
Yo, Bowtie.
Yo, man.
Get load our new Linda Blair over there.
Hey, Charlie.
Only got laid.
Yes.
There is a girl with extra wide jeans. Entertainer she's become. And she goes